all that sharing to good use. The National MS Society is asking people to make a difference and share what they love with someone else who loves it too. Whether it's surfing, dancing, or whatever is important to you, we've created a place that'll help you get your experience out to the world.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
An investigation has determined state law was violated during a union election process for the Douglas County Sheriff's Office earlier this year. The Colorado Department of Labor and Employment accused the sheriff, undersheriff, and county commissioners of committing unfair labor practices, violating the Collective Bargaining by County Employees Act that was passed last year. The Fraternal Order of Police's legal counsel, Sean McCauley, spoke with Fox 31.
These employees deserve the right to vote in an election free of this type of coercion.
The sheriff and county commissioners say they have appealed the decision, and the county denies any wrongdoing. A state senator likely stepping down. Chris Hansen has accepted a new role as the CEO of the La Plata Electric Association based in Pagosa Springs. Representing Denver's District 31, the Democratic senator took office in 2020. It's unclear when he will resign, but the Democratic Party will hold.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Drive this morning starting to clear out. We got that wreck eastbound C470 at University cleared. You're wide open now coming across Highlands Ranch, but we did get a couple of late problems out here. Crash northbound I-25 just north of 225, blocking up the left lane. Traffic running heavy and slow. If you're coming up from Arapahoe Road, stick to the right side of the highway through there. Also, a late crash southbound 225. This is going to be about 6th Avenue. We are jammed stop and go slow coming down from I-70. Everywhere else, we're starting to loosen up this morning. Denver weather for today, we're going to be dealing with mostly sunny skies out here and a high up to 53. It's 39 now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Donald Trump wins the White House. Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast, the big question is, what changes will you see right away that will affect your family? I've got the list. I'm going to break it down for you. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
Because inflation made everything expensive.
Groceries, utilities.
Everything.
You need Inflation Salvation.
Yes!
9 chances a day to win $1,000. Listen weekdays 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW. Presented by Wind River Spas.
Couples are often divided when it comes to temperature, so Wind River engineered the Contrast 8 Therapy Spa. It's the only tub that combines the therapeutic heat of a Wind River Spa with the refreshing feel of a cold plunge. Build and price yours at windriverspas.com.
Is Mark there yet?
There are massive changes in health insurance this year. That's why you need certified experts on your side. You need Integra Insurance. They've helped me for years and can.
Yes, he is.
Everything available.
Is he hooking up the cam?
Off the exchange and get you the best options for tax credit.
No, he's not.
Also help you with everything Medicare.
Sorry to bother you.
Your health insurance shopping simple and smart.
Sorry, doing a radio show. I know you guys are doing TV. But
Oh, we're doing a radio show primarily first. Come on, bro. Get off my ass. Get off my ass.
And your help. Shop.
Get off my lawn.
This equipment. With Fitness Gallery, you can find the right equipment to work out on your schedule right from home. I have a true treadmill. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
We have the nation's lowest prices on the best equipment you can buy. You can save up to 50% off.
You never regret buying quality. Visit Fitness Gallery to find the right equipment and get moving today.
Auto accident? Find out what your case is worth. Call Fuller.com.
Denver's Talk Station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. That's WIN. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Tom, here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier, as I've been doing for years and years. We have a guest today we'll get to, and we also have Marc Mager at the mothership. And the guest, by the way, Brendan Killian, denvershades.co, and Denver Shades. He's with Mark at the mothership. And welcome, Brendan, denvershades.co, which is made in the shade window coverings. I'm just curious about something real quick here. Brendan, are you there? Is your mic on?
Yes.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Is this a busy time? Do people want to get like stuff done before the holidays, or is it slow because they wait till after the holidays?
Well, a little of both. A lot of times people, it was slow, like running up to the election, actually. And then usually this is the time to order for holidays because people want to order a week before the holidays, and it's just not possible. So that's one thing I want to emphasize. This is the time now.
Okay. Can you get stuff by Christmas?
Absolutely. I could.
How about by Thanksgiving?
Some things possibly, but it would literally be this week. And we are running a 25% off Black Friday sale through the holidays.
Nice.
Of the entire order.
Oh, very cool. Okay, good. Hey, that's Brendan. And Brendan, you're going to miss out on filet mignon because you didn't come here today, so the hell with you.
Oh, no.
Carly, Hey, Carly, what's going on with your car? Carly, what's happening?
Hi, Tom. So last night we went to the Fillmore Auditorium for a concert with my 13-year-old daughter and her 13-year-old friend.
Who'd you go see?
Mom.
Who'd you go see?
There's a Wendy's located right next door to the Fillmore.
Oh, man, this happens a lot. You got towed from that Wendy's. And hold on. This is what people usually tell me. They stopped at the Wendy's to get something to eat, and they really did use Wendy's, but something went wrong. But I want to ask you something real quick. Who was at the Fillmore, or who was at the venue?
The band was called Chase Atlantic. They're kind of like an R&B rap group out of Australia.
Very cool. I've heard of them.
Yes. So, we parked there before. So we went to Demi Lovato 2 years ago in 2022, and I paid $60 to park there. We had no problem.
Oh, wait. Oh, so did you pay to park there?
Area of town.
Did you pay to park there?
We did. So as soon as you go in there, last night they charged us $50 to park there. I paid cash, right?
Oh wait, wait. I didn't realize that Wendy's allows people to park there for concerts. So it was actually open for concert parking.
Correct.
Okay,
and
go
they
ahead.
charge people so that way you're very close to the venue. And me and my friend wanted to be close because we have 13-year-old daughters, you know?
Okay, so what happened?
So we paid them. We got done with the concert, went right out, right? My car was gone. I got really worried because I have a Kia Sorento, so I was almost thinking maybe it got stolen because of all the theft with it. But I called the tow truck company, and they towed my car.
Why?
And then looking into this more, this has been an ongoing situation for years at this Wendy's and this tow truck company. Before it was Wyatt Towing.
Yeah, but why did they do it if you paid? Carly, I don't understand. Why did they do it?
It's a big scam, Tom. Like, from looking at all these things on Reddit, looks like the news even broadcasted this whole situation.
Carly, I got a few questions, okay?
Shut down Wyatt Towing.
Listen, I got a few questions. That's not the reason why it was shut. That's not the reason why it was shut down. There's all kinds of reasons, and it wasn't shut down. It was sued by the Attorney General for violations of the law. Okay, listen, Carly, that has nothing to do with this. What I need to know about this is, first and foremost, were you the only one towed you know?
That I know of, yes. But when I talked to the Fillmore, I've talked to 2 employees at the Fillmore trying to get information about the parking venue, right? And they told me that this is a constant problem with them and that it's like a scam. This is what they do to people.
Okay, now, I assure you, they do not do this on purpose. They do not collect money and purposely tow you. That would be insane. We would get more complaints than you'd ever dream of. However, I don't put it past them for someone to do something wrong. I don't think it's an ongoing organized thing where, hey, come park here. But I need to ask a few questions. Does Wendy's or does anyone acknowledge that there was paid parking there?
Yes. There usually is at every venue.
Okay, so obviously they're not towing everyone from that lot. We have to figure out, why did they tow you? Whether you agree with it or not, did they give you a reason?
No, No, they strictly said there was no ticket inside of your window.
Okay, hold on. That's the wait. That's the reason. They said there was no ticket. Were you supposed to display a ticket? Listen, I'm not trying to hook you here. I'm trying to get some reason. Are you supposed to display a ticket?
So 2 years ago when we parked for Demi Lovato, and we were same parking lot, same Wendy's and everything, we paid $60 that day. We didn't get a ticket that day to even put in our window. We strictly parked there, and we got out of Demi Lovato, and my car
That was 2 years ago. I'm not talking about 2 years ago. I want to know this time when you parked, did you get a ticket?
No. He looked back at my license plate. He took a little shot of that. And he said, you can go to the back, and that's where your parking will be.
Okay, so no one was given, no one was issued tickets for this parking lot.
No, I even looked at other cars that were parked there even when we got out of the venue, the other cars, and none of the cars had tickets on them.
Okay, and that was the reason you were given?
Yep.
Okay.
By the tow company, yes.
Wow. So the tow company.
I'm worried about this happening to a single mom that can't get her car out, can't get her kid to school.
What is the name of the tow company?
Okay, the tow company is called Elite Towing Services.
Uh-huh.
And then it looks like the parking attendant that do the paid parking, they're a third-party venue, right? They're called Stop and Park.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. And it was called Stop and Park. Okay.
Correct.
Man, what do you make of that, Mark?
I don't know, man. I'd be curious if we called up there right now. Do they issue tickets? Did they issue tickets to other people that night?
I would like to talk to people.
I have no proof of it because I paid cash.
No, I get it. Did you get a receipt?
Someone flim-flammed you out of it? Like some bum walked up?
Well, maybe he could have just taken her money.
It looked legit. I mean, there was 3 parking attendants there.
Yeah, but that guy, I understand that, but that guy could have pocketed your money is what I'm saying.
He had a stack of cash in his hand, and then he had a little credit card kiosk in his hand also.
So you paid cash, and there was no receipt or anything?
No.
Oh, no. Man. So how much did it cost you?
Big lesson learned for me.
How much did it cost you to get your car back?
Okay, so if I wanted to pick up my car last night or before 8 o'clock this morning, I would have paid $384.76.
Did you pick it up?
At 8 o'clock.
Did you pick it up?
I guess that the rate changed.
Did you pick it up? Did you pick it up? Did you pick up your car?
Yes, I did.
When?
This morning at 8:30 a.m. with my dad.
Okay, so how much are you out completely?
Out completely, $284.16.
Okay, now do you have anyone who witnessed you paying for that parking?
Yes. I have my friend Marlene that was in the car, the other adult, and then my 2 13-year-olds.
Okay, and why would you lie about that? I mean, what I'm saying is, so.
I was like, this is just so horrible. It just makes you feel so horrible.
No, listen.
2 little 13-year-olds sitting out in the cold weather.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, a few months ago, I had my car towed. It's a long story, but man, it is a terrible feeling. You feel screwed no matter what. But I think in my case, it was legit. There was a sign. It was covered by there was definitely a sign. But here's the thing. I don't know. It's because if we call, and I want to ask these people, Mark, if she went to small claims court, it's going to be, would they take into consideration these witnesses, do you think?
Well, sure. The judge will take into consideration whoever she brings in there. Absolutely.
And what do you think? So the tow company just goes and looks for tickets, basically. Is that right? Is that what they said?
That's just what they told me. And they're like, we didn't see any tickets in your car or any privileges that you would have parking in that lot.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know, man. Was the Wendy's open, by the way?
It was. And so we ended up going through the drive-through so I can talk to somebody there and just get the manager's name or somebody that I can reach out to, right?
Yeah.
And she told me that pretty much, so the Wendy's is owned by somebody separately, and then there's a property manager, and then there's a third-party venue, which is the stop and park people, right?
Right, and probably Wendy's has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and she goes, I've been told multiple times, and she goes, they just kind of, they do this to people all the time.
I think what happens is this. I think they cherry pick here and there and keep money. I think it's probably one or two of the attendants. I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's an organized thing because it wouldn't work. I mean, there would be too many victims if they just kept towing cars. I think they cherry pick them and just make an extra $50 here and there. That's all I can think of. I mean, so here's what I'd like to do. Who's in the studio with you, Mark?
I'll take care of it, Tom. I just have one. I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If anybody in our audience was
Right.
there
Right.
last night and got a ticket from the stop and park people, please call and let us know. Because if that's the case, then obviously this is a flim-flam, like Mark said, and somebody just pocketed $50 in cash. If he had a credit card reader, then obviously he couldn't do it. But if it was somebody from Stop and Park,
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they might just keep some of the cash because if I choose to believe her, and I do, there's no reason she's going to make up this whole elaborate story and call us this morning. So listen, Carly, I'm going to have Doc call over there and just say, listen, and then also ask them just straight up if they issued tickets last night.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? If they did issue tickets and she didn't get one, is it on her? I mean, how do we prove it? I think her friends, as Mark said, a judge would take into consideration that, and I would definitely take it to the next level of small claims court. Now, obviously, you would sue the tow company, I would say the parking company is who I would sue if they cost you that by not giving you a ticket. And if your friends are there that can testify they didn't give you a ticket and you paid. But hang on, Carly, and I'll have Deputy Doc take a look at this. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255.
And more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, I have known Joe Cano probably 30 years, and here's the deal. He believes in guarantees and safety and security, which his fixed indexed annuities offer. And here's the deal. There is room for that as you get older, especially if you're eyeing retirement. And tell us why, Joe. What are the best of both worlds when it comes to an annuity?
You know, Tom, when I say the best of both worlds, is that this annuity that we have is a fantastic annuity. People can roll over their 401ks, their IRAs, their investment accounts, and people that want to have the stock market growth, they also get it to a certain level with our annuity. And for people that don't want to lose their principal, what they put into their investment account, our annuity has a protection against market decline. So in other words, it's the best of both worlds for people that want to have growth and they want to have protection. People that want to make their money grow, but at the same time keep their money safe.
Explain, Joe, what the ratcheting up is. The ratcheting up.
Right. So basically, the annuity follows the stock indices. So there's a cap. So if the indices go up by 10%, let's say, the annuity is not going to give the clients 10%. They're going to get a percentage of that growth.
Yeah, but what happens? They never lose that, right? They never lose what they gain.
They never lose it. So when the market goes down, they stay level. It ratchets.
Yes.
So the annuity will never go down. And on top of that, the fees. Think about this. People are paying an enormous amount of fees for their investment accounts to be managed or to be in a 401k. Or annuity has a 1/10, listen to this, 1/10 of 1% annual fee. It's almost like a no load, no fee annuity. It's only 1/10 of 1%.
Let me tell them how to get in touch with you. That's Joe Ciano, mymay.com, mymay.com, 303-779-6600, 303-779-6600. Now, let's talk about another kind of investment. And you know, this is for people who want to have some active investments. And this is called Vestera Turnkey. Now, what they do is help you become a landlord without the conventional risks and hassles. The esteemed real estate broker Barry Miller invented this. He developed this. He helps you buy rental properties. It's not a pooled investment. And he picks the markets based on his extensive research and appreciation and all of that. And then he helps you sell them when the right time comes. In between, they have management companies to take out all the hassle. If you want to find out more, December 7th, he'll have a webinar. To sign up for it, go to mybiggestrureturn.com, mybiggestrureturn.com. Now, part of any kind of life estate, whether it's investments, annuities, real estate, is estate planning. And Keel & Park are estate planning attorneys that I think have it down pat when it comes to their practice. Here's what they do. They meet with you free of charge, complimentary, talk with you about your entire estate, all of your business, your investments, your insurance, your everything you have, and your heirs, and your hopes and your dreams and your wishes. That's all complimentary. They write everything down and come up with a plan with flat rate pricing depending on what you want to do. You'll know the price of everything up front. So what you do is get to choose what you want to do, and you find out free of charge. That's Keel & Park. 970-818-8198, 970-818-8198, lawkp.com.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hey, Tom?
Yes?
At the top of the hour, KOA, Rob Dawson wants to come in here and get your statement on the Wyatt's towing settlement to Elite Towing, since we just had a person on to call about it.
Wait. Now, say that again. Somebody wants to get my statement?
Yeah, because we've had a lot of Wyatt's towing calls, and they had a settlement where they had to sell, and they sold to Elite.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So Carly, who just called, basically, it's the same company. It's just under a different name.
Were they forced to sell?
Yes, as a settlement.
I didn't know that.
Well, would you be comfortable in about 25 minutes here or so, whatever, getting interviewed by Rob Dawson to talk about it?
And who is Dawson?
He's one of our news
Reporters.
flags.
KOA.
Well, whatever.
Is he one of the news reporters?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
For absolutely sure. Absolutely.
Like we're letting people in the building?
Not worse than usual.
What are you talking about?
What?
Yeah, no, he's Rob. Yeah, Rob Dawson. We know you don't listen
Hey,
to
Tom?
this.
Yes.
I was going to ask you a riddle. Here's what's 80 years old and has a full head of hair?
You.com.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Hey, listen, I don't think I had all of the facts straight on the settlement with Wyatt's, and we'll have one of our news peeps on soon to talk about that. Wyatt's, I was told, was forced to sell. So we'll talk about that. I did not. Mark, did you realize that? I didn't realize that.
I found out this morning from one of the news guys. He wanted to do an interview with us over the break for the news.
Okay. So that's part. Man, and who was the guy that we knew that was the owner?
He was actually the managing partner,
Okay.
I believe. I can't think of his name, honestly.
All right. But he didn't seem like a terrible guy at the time. It seemed.
No, I think what happened is Denver got him and fined the hell out of him.
Wow. So he must have been doing things wrong. Must have been. Okay.
Well, yeah, remember they changed all those towing laws.
Yes, right. Rose, what's going on with you, Rose?
Hello?
Hi, Rose. What's going on?
Okay, I was listening to your broadcast.
Yeah.
So, I have been trying to get out of my contract with Waste Management every time they overcharge me.
Okay, can I ask you when you entered into that contract?
I don't remember.
How long have you had their services? Do you recall roughly? Was it like
I'm going to say 5 or 6 years or something.
Okay. So do you those contracts are not perpetual. So do you never renewed them? They just automatically renewed?
Right. So, when I called there, I said I want to get rid of my service.
Sure.
They said you are in a contract until November.
Now, why? I mean, did they say that it was an automatically renewable contract?
Yeah, but they told me on the phone, like when I was calling them about, it's okay, Shirley. They said it was due in November, and I have been asking them to send me copies of everything.
Yeah, but they can't. They can't, Rose. I'll bet you they can't.
Well, okay, so I can't even go through the bills to tell you when they told me November. Anyway, so I sent them a letter September 28th, making sure that it would get there before November 1st.
I don't think you're bound. What I'm saying is I don't think you have to do all of that. I think I'd call their bluff.
And do what?
Okay, first of all, how do they get payment from you?
I pay them.
Okay, they do not draft any of your accounts or credit cards, right?
No, they do not.
That's good. What I would do is write them a letter saying that you want to cancel the effective date, and that's it. That's it. Don't pay them anymore and hire another company. They would have to prove that you have an ongoing contract. The courts look really down on these kinds of automatically renewable contracts, and I think they can't show you one. That's what I think.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't even remember signing a contract when I signed up.
I'll bet you didn't. I never signed one.
And then they told me I was in a contract. I'm like, I'm not in a contract.
You know, Deputy D, in addition to being a deputy here, knows all about the sanitation business, and he's in the recycling business. D, do you think, okay, do you know how their contracts normally work?
Yeah, every contract I've ever seen for a residential trash service, no matter who the hauler is, has an automatic renewal clause. However, almost nobody signs those contracts because most of the time the service is set up on the phone. So if
they never come to the door and get a contract?
No, I've never heard of that happening. So Rose, if they can't provide you with a copy of the paper contract, it probably means one doesn't exist. So I think Tom was right on. Send them a certified letter. Say, hey, beginning November 1, I'm going to have a new trash hauler.
Yeah, well, it's too late now. November
please
1.
come and pick up your trash cans.
Well, I've already done that. They did send me something in the mail. It was a contract, but dude.
Hold on. Was it a contract you signed?
No.
Okay, well, they don't have a contract you signed.
Okay, great.
What does that contract say? What does that contract say that you got?
Oh, gosh.
And when was it drafted? When was it drafted? What year?
That part I don't know.
Okay, well, that's what I'm getting at. And if it was drafted in that year, were there ever any revisions or changes? Like in prices, did you ever increase? Did they increase their price over the years?
No.
Oh, you've paid the same thing for 5 years?
I think so. I don't know. I have a bookkeeper.
Is this your business?
Yes, it's my business.
Hey, Rose, why are you stopping? I'm just curious, their service.
Because they keep overcharging me. They also, there was somebody put a box in the dumpster and the lid wouldn't close all the way, so they charged me $250.
Wow.
And then I bought that. I got that money back because I'm like, dude. So I started locking up the dumpster. Then I got another $250 extra charge for the fireman's dumpster right next to us.
Okay.
'Cause theirs was
Enough
overflowing.
said. Enough said, Rose. I wouldn't use them.
Rose, does the contract they sent you have your signature on it, or that of one of
she
your
said
employees?
No. She said no.
It can't be my signature because I never signed
I'm
it.
not asking that. Is there a signature? I got to watch these word games. Is there a signature on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Whose signature is it?
Well, it looks like mine.
Okay, Rose, you're going to have a problem, okay? When does it renew?
Well, they told me it renewed in
I'm
November.
asking, what does the contract say?
Shit, I don't even know where.
You want to email it over to me, and I'll be happy to take a look at it for you.
Yes, I do.
Okay, email it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Gent, is that his name, Gent? Hey, Gent, what's going on?
So I got a call yesterday where my sister lives in Layton, Utah. She was under the care of a home nurse. They found her deceased in her home.
Oh, wow.
So my question, sir, is to if you have any resources to help us here. It's me and my younger brother.
Okay, so your sister died in a nursing home in Utah?
No. She was at her home.
Oh.
And the visiting healthcare nurse
I get it.
found her.
Okay, I get it.
Yes, sir.
And this is in Utah?
Layton, Utah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what do you need?
I need some information resource, specifically like the Linquist mortuary there is helping us to have her cremated. They're asking for certain vitals like Social Security number. I don't know that. We have no way of knowing how to find that.
Okay.
Sort of going there and digging through her.
And that's exactly what you probably need to do. It's called, many people have what they call a drop dead list or a hit by a bus list. And that list should have everything, not very few people do it, but they should.
Yeah.
Let me give you some ideas. Hold on a second, all right? I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up. 303-713-8255. Waterpros.net. Waterpros.net. Think about this. The best water systems, the lowest prices anywhere, and I mean it. You will never get this all whole house water softening and reverse osmosis drinking water. It's $31.95 fully installed, $3,195. You can't touch that price from anyone. You're talking about $12,000 or more from plumbers. Just check them out, 303-862-5554.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Those two crashes we got late in the drive have cleared out of your way. That includes southbound 225 at 6th Avenue. It's gone. Traffic back to normal coming down from I-70, and they finally got the wreck cleared northbound I-25 north of 225. You're going to be a little heavy coming up through the tech center starting about Arapahoe Road. Just maybe a few extra minutes on your drive through there, but things are starting to recover. Southbound I-25 still seeing some slowing north of I-70 as you make your way across downtown. And construction has southbound E-470 jammed up 120th to Pena. Denver weather today, lots of sunshine, high up to 53. It's 42 degrees now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Donald Trump wins the White House. Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast, the big question is, what changes will you see right away that will affect your family? I've got the list. I'm going to break it down for you. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
Gravino is the name that so many companies wish they had with the heritage background, a rich heritage and background in Denver. Gravina's windows, siding and doors, that's what they are. 950 West Evans. This is the original Gravina, an offshoot from their dad who started in 72. Gravina Windows established in 88. Nick and Larry run it. Larry's the dad. Nick and Nick is the one in charge. They're good people, and they have 50 lines of windows, multiple lines of siding and doors. You're going to want a company like this. GravinaWindows.com. GravinaWindows.com. That's 303-472-8462. 303-472-8462. That's Gravina's 950 West Evans. John Fuller. He's a personal injury attorney that I recommend you call at the first sign of trouble if you have a car accident, an injury, and you have questions. You'll always have questions. Are you owed any money? How much? How do you collect? John will answer all these questions free of charge. Callfuller.com. That's the website, and it reminds you to call him because the call is free. In fact, there's no out-of-pocket even if you hire him. Now, there's no obligation, but if you do hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis. Callfuller.com, 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500. As we turn our attention...
Very kind, thank you.
All right.
Hey, Tom?
Yes.
Maybe what he needs to do is just bring a death certificate to the Social Security office, and I'll bet they'll give her her Social Security number.
What came back? What came first, the chicken or the egg? I'm not sure they can do that. I don't know if they need the social for the death certificate. I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, death certificate just had. I don't think you need to put a social on a death certificate. But if it's already on there, then the issue is solved.
Okay, my assistant, my special assistant called Chat GPT said to do the same thing, to get a death certificate and your proof of identity along with proof of being, I don't know how you prove you're related, but you go to the Social Security office. Also, there's a good one. There's some others we can look for. Hold on. Mortuary needs this for they might ring. Okay, hold on. Hey, let's get an estate attorney on.
Hey, Tom?
Yes.
Do I get a raise in my salary for turning 80 today?
You turned 80. I know. I was just told that it was your birthday. You never told anybody. We'll have to...
I just don't know if I get a raise.
Yeah, you'll get
double
twice.
My salary,
I'm
right?
going to double it, man.
Thank you.
Sure. You definitely deserve double.
Hey, Tom?
Yes.
I sent you the 9 News article on Wyatt's towing.
And when was that settlement? Recent?
I just sent it to you like maybe 10 minutes ago.
No, I mean, when was the settlement to you? No, I'll look at it. Never mind. I'll see it here. A towing company.
Yeah, it's a 9 News story.
Yeah, pardon. Okay, it was November. Okay, it's very recent. Wow. So this just happened.
But we have had so many calls on Wyatt's towing. That's why Rob Dawson wanted your input.
Yeah, I know it. We can do that. Illegal towing victims will be reimbursed a $1 million settlement. Wow. Wow. It says they've closed up. It doesn't say they sold. It doesn't say they were forced to sell. It says they sold.
Yeah, I saw no references to a forced sale.
Yeah, there's no forced sale. But I will tell you this. It's, I'll bet you that it's just a finagling. What do you think?
Plus the two guys that operate towing, Wyatt's, they now operate a private equity fund in the tech center, and one of their investments is a towing company. And a couple of impounders.
Who told you that?
I'm looking at their website right now.
Why it's towing?
No, Freestone Companies.
How'd you find that, though? How'd you even find it?
There was a reference to it. I'm about to send you a link to the Denver Post article about this.
Okay.
And they mention Freestone Companies.
Hello?
So I just followed the information in that. So let me just send this to you.
Hello. Sort of. Mostly horrible, you hideous bitch.
HI.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. So, we got some details on this. A towing company, why it's towing. This comes from Channel 9, KUSA 9 News, published November 12th. So, that's yesterday. And it's under new management. Now, there's no mention that the settlement forced them to sell, but they illegally collected fees, did unlicensed towing, and other unfair, deceptive practices according to the state. And they've closed up. It looks like someone else has taken over, and the state says the new owner will be bound by the settlement agreement, which is $1 million. And people will be getting checks if they were restitution checks, if they were screwed by Wyatt's. And I don't know, they must have a list of victims. And then Deputy D, you found something. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was reading the Denver Post article about this that was published yesterday, and it mentions that the two guys from Wyatt's Towing, they now operate what looks to me like a private equity company called Freestone Companies in Greenwood Village. So I checked out their current list of investments, and they own, looks like a towing company called A-Tow, and then Peak Auto Storage and Peak Auto Auctions.
Okay,
and a few other companies.
Do they own the new Wyatts or the Elite? It doesn't say.
It doesn't say Elite. I haven't been able to I haven't looked up Elite yet. But that's these guys went into private equity.
Now, by the way, if you want to text me, you can always text me anything you want at my private Google number, 747-999-5280, 747-999-5280, or the short code that iHeart puts out for the text, put Tom in there. It's 57739. Back to the phones. And but it sounds like, they're in a world of hurt. Gent, I found out some information.
Thank you.
If you can get a death certificate, what I looked up was the death certificate and identification from you, and anything you can show. I don't know what you would show to prove you're related to her, but Social Security, even the local office here, can help you. You might want to call them and set up an appointment to see. But there's some other stuff they mentioned. How old was your sister, by the way?
Let's see, about 64.
When did she retire, or did she ever work?
Oh, she's always worked and wasn't retired.
If you went to her last employer, they will have the records.
Yeah, this understood.
And there, if you call and say, "Hey, I'm the brother. Here's the death certificate. We need the number," they would give it to you most likely.
Okay. So, and the death certificate is in the works through the
good
mortuary. But I guess really what I'm calling about is, like, I listen to you every day.
Yes, sir.
And you give attorney references for things like how to get power of attorney, and
right?
Who could help us sell that house?
That's going to
Layton, Utah.
Right. Here's the thing: you're going to have to engage an estate attorney there.
Oh,
but
she'll have to be there.
But if I were you, you'd get prices up front and you pay by the hour. It should not be that complicated. Did she have a will?
No.
Was she
Not
married?
that no, divorced.
How long has she been divorced?
Oh, like 20 years.
Okay. So there's no claim on her house. Is the house paid for, or does she rent?
Don't know. She owned it, but I don't know the financial.
Okay, you're going to need someone to do all of that research. Was this sudden? Was this
very, very, like she was very active, hiking, snowshoeing.
That's
and then
sad.
She had she had slipped on her stairs and was doing home health care and therapy after the operation on whatever the injury.
When was the last time you talked to her?
The day of the morning of the election.
Do you want to try to get out of the? Do you want to try to go out there? That's probably the best. I mean, do you have access to?
I'm putting together with my brother is for us to take a road trip and put hands and eyes on things.
Yeah, if you go through documents, you're going to find a lot of stuff. You will.
Yeah.
But that's probably the best thing. Or contact one of the former employers. Are you now? How did the mortuary get your name and number?
I don't know.
Well, you should ask them.
That was a mystery.
Well, you should ask them straight out. Ask them, because if there's a document and it says you're the brother, then that's going to be good for you to gain access to the house and to her employment records and all of that. So ask him that, and then let me know.
I took notes.
Okay,
the
good.
morning he called, it was a sheriff, and he said he found my name and number in her phone.
Okay, well, that's good. That's going to be good. So you might need them to help you get access to the house. Call us back and let us know what you need when you get out there, and we'll ask our attorneys, but you need a licensed attorney there. 303-713-8255. Listen, we have a lot to talk about, and I want to talk about DenverRegen.com because they do a wonderful job. DenverRegen.com. They do hair restoration, and I can say it really is working. I'm serious. It's really working. And don't forget, right now, you want, and I'll be telling you more about it, 888heating.com for that deep clean for $45. But they also do high-efficiency replacements we'll talk about coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Those two crashes we got late in the drive have cleared out of your way. That includes southbound 225 at 6th Avenue. It's gone. Traffic back to normal coming down from I-70, and they finally got the wreck cleared northbound I-25 north of 225. You're going to be a little heavy coming up through the tech center, starting about Arapahoe Road. Just maybe a few extra minutes on your drive.
I'm going to leave that one where the trash
starting to recover. Southbound I-25 still seeing some slowing north of I-70 as you make your way across downtown. And construction has southbound E-470 jammed up 120 at the Pena. Denver weather today, lots of sunshine, high up to 53. It's 42 degrees now. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Donald Trump wins the White House. Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast, the big question is, what changes will you see right away that will affect your family? I've got the list. I'm going to break it down for you. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
You know, Discount Bath has the name that says it all. They'll do baths for a discount, and you can get a price without them coming to your home. They're proud of their prices. I love companies that are proud of what they do and proud of their pricing and will give you prices on the phone or by email. All you have to do is go to discountbath.com and fill out some basic information. They don't sell that information to anyone. Then what you do is you get a link from them. They send you a link after you fill out the form, and then you send video to them of the hallway bath you want to do, or the master bath, or the Jack and Jill bath, or that stubbed in area in the basement you want to turn into a bath. Whatever it is, discountbath.com will give you a price. They're also doing shower conversions for $9,888, under $10,000. Discountbath.com, 720-979-2322. 888heating.com will get you the extreme deep clean for just $45. That's heating.com. But what I do want to tell you is about their replacement of high efficiency at the best value for like. No one will beat them. If you're looking at 95% efficient, save 30 to 40% a month, what are you kidding? They do it all. And they do hybrid systems. They have a solar system. They can do like the dual powered with gas and electric. So you can take advantage of solar, whatever it is, they can do it. High efficiency, 303-770-2776. K&H Home Solutions started out as K&H Windows 65 years ago. So when you talk about heritage, you can talk about K&H all day long. Now, I knew the original owner and the owner that took over and the owner who has it now, and they all have the same great heritage and they all have the same great products. Energy efficient, beautiful products, siding, windows, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for. Anything on the outside of your house, 303-421-7100, 303-421-7100, khwindows.com.
Yep.
Okay.
Doesn't work that way.
Hey, Mark, you're not doing the camera?
I thought Kelly had it on. It's not on. I have no idea
Nope.
what's going on.
I've been
I
trying.
thought you knew.
Did you turn it on
I'll go
and
look
link
at
it?
Hold on.
Of course, it'll be my problem, even though I didn't touch anything.
No, Kelly said she was waiting for Mark to do it.
Oh, and Mark said he was waiting for Kelly, and then Kelly said, and then Mark said, and then Kelly said.
Typical story from the deck of the Titanic. Ooh.
Do you see it now?
Hold on, let me look. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Let me get you up here.
So when you go to your Golden Corrals and stuff,
Yeah.
do they have like a dessert bar or?
Oh man.
Okay.
I don't do a lot of that, of course. What I usually do is about a pound of fruit and cottage cheese.
So they don't have like fruit crisps or anything like that?
I don't know what that is.
A fruit crisp?
Crisp.
It's a fruit roll-up.
Is it?
I have no clue.
Is it a gusher? Oh, wait, I know what that is.
No, it's like
Man,
you've
ugly.
ever had apple brown Betty? That's kind
Use
of like
ugly.
fruit crisp.
Is it okay?
Hey, Case, everybody that ever called in, they had video of. Not one time did they not have video against whatever caller
I know
we
it.
had.
That's
Wyatt
what's
Stone.
amazing. They had everything always. Always.
I think what happened is after the towing laws changed, they were like acting like those new laws weren't into effect or something. I don't know. I remember the one guy said they got in and moved his car. They
Radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got room for calls. Anything on your mind? We have Brendan with us from Made in the Shade, denvershades.co, 720-458-6566. Quick thing, Brendan. And this is my question. They still do curtains? Because someone asked, they want drapes. And what is the, and I have no idea why they're asking this, fire rating on drapes? First of all, do people still order soft goods, drapes, and curtains?
Yeah, it's very, very popular now.
What?
My wife is in the middle of about 6 different projects right now.
Wait, actual
Tons.
curtains?
Absolutely.
Okay, I thought there was a move away from that stuff. No?
No, I mean, so a lot of times people will put the window treatment up.
Yeah.
And then they'll layer, like in our house, we have automated drapery in our house.
Yeah.
And it's for like a layered effect. So we have solar screens on the windows so we can keep our view and knock down the glare. But when we want to watch a movie or we want it dark, we close the drapery. So we have, all the options or whatever. It looks tremendous too.
Really? Okay. So what about fire ratings? I don't know why they're asking.
It would totally depend on the material, whether it's silk or linen or wool or whatever it is. They do have some that are. Some of the materials are like eco-friendly. They're made out of recyclable stuff. There's like ratings like that. But then you get into commercial settings. There are definitely curtains for fire rated that are completely fireproof.
What do you mean by automated?
You press a remote and they open or close.
Okay.
And if you don't have the remote, like on ours, you can actually walk up to the drape, just give it a slight tug, and they'll close all the way.
Or open.
Yep, or open.
Okay, so drapes are still in vogue. I did not know
they're
that.
Huge. Yeah.
Wow.
They're going off right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So window fashion comes and goes or not? Or have they always been steady?
I think there was probably a time where they were a little, not quite as popular, but not really. They've been steady now. I would say colors and trends and patterns and things like that is what evolves like everything else.
What about plantation shutters?
Very popular. We sell a ton of them.
And you have those even battery operated, right?
Yep, motorized. Yep,
motorized.
Motorized. Yep.
Very cool. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Get your calls in now. You can call 303-MARTINO as well, 303-627-8466. And we'll answer your questions, solve your problems, take your complaints, whatever's on your mind.
So Henry,
typical you'd ask about a plantation situation, Tom.
That you sent over?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to get him on the phone so he can give...
Dimitri.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the shades.
If this is loud
okay, hang on for me.
We have open and close ours all the time.
Oh, turn it down.
You do not want to wear headsets. No, but if you don't,
You can also put solar panels.
Oh, that's not it at all. It's just unnecessary.
I'm sorry. Usually not. Turn it up now. And then let me turn your mic. Yeah, your mic's on. I don't mean, but when I notice you weren't, if it's loud enough that you can hear it, that means our mic's here.
Oh, should I tell you in the future?
Well, no, I should know. I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be bad, by the way. If I forget to turn that down.
Did you hear this one?
Yes. Well, right now it's very loud.
Grab that for me.
Tattoos.
Yeah, well, now I turned it up because we're on a break.
And he says, do you have that book that
I have no problem with the headphones. It's just that I
Trouble
didn't wear them when it was
Show. You want to
unnecessary.
talk to Tom and the gang?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Do you have it in paperback?
Yeah, but
Don't run
paper-
off. You gotta go see Kelly. Hang on.
Okay, I'm going to go and get some cafe. So you're going to sit here
very
for the last
fresh
hour.
Okay.
And then I'm going to show you what to shut down.
Sure. I'll write it down again.
Yeah. And that'll help. Then you can just let yourself.
Yeah, I'll exit through the garage. Cool.
I really want to get lighting.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. So are you okay?
I don't mind. I decided. I got keys on the floor. We can put lights on the floor.
At least temporarily. So when will you have time for me to experiment with lighting?
Any day after the show.
Oh, perfect. So
where I don't have another. So let me look at the calendar.
Yeah.
And I'll even if I have to buy a new light, we don't have to use it, but if we can, I just don't. That's too much top light. I mean, it's too much coming down.
Oh yeah, you need to light up the inside of your face.
And also, no one ever does lighting on the top of your scalp. They always go from behind, or they go.
Son of a Mitch.
That was floods the area.
Can't stand him.
I know.
Yep.
Hey, he's seized up at least 3 times at a presser, right?
It's a flooded white piece of crap. So if we get something
Oh yeah.
really warm and nice out here, it'll change the whole look.
I already know what to experiment with. So whenever you have time in the afternoon to schedule it. Yeah, I'm gonna bring one light. Just because it will be proof of concept. Just to prove the concept.
Because like I said, I can always put that on the stand and put it back here or do whatever.
Hey, gotcha. Okay,
If you
hang
like
on.
the
I got her
effects,
on the
we'll
phone.
change the
So hold
position
on
of
for
the
me.
lights. Oh yeah, the whole thing could come down.
Is Rob going to come in and do this?
Oh no, thank you. It's very nice
huh?
of you to offer.
Don't prompt him.
He stepped away for a minute.
Oh, shit. Really?
Don't worry about it, because I didn't know, because they said that he didn't know at the time what it was.
Well, you know what?
I could come in next hour,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Please hold.
Hey. No, F off.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino
Listen,
Show.
You'll
How
be
can I
happy to know that Tom said, who? I said, Rob Dawson.
Yes.
Who's that?
What was the light just coming in? I've been in that shop.
I was like,
It's
I
his new
said,
one, right?
well, it's so nice
Yeah,
of you to
so
listen to
when you
this
go in the
station once in a
doors
while, you jerk.
To the left where his desk is, he put his
I
desk
know.
was in
He
the
says,
showroom.
really?
It's like-
I said, it's not like we let some dude into the building to talk to you.
Oh my God,
What are
I
you
didn't
doing,
see it
Tom?
there. That must have been new.
Yeah, it's there, and he's just getting
I
blasted
can't wait.
by the sun. Like when he's sitting there, so the first 3 sections would put solar screens in.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So they cut to him in a report, and his sound isn't working, so he's speaking and there's no sound. And they're like, wow, we're having problems with Tom Martino. That's the first
Okay,
time
what's
he's
your
been
name?
Awesome.
Matt, M-A-T-T.
I love kicking him in the yarbles
Okay.
every day.
Hang on for me, and we'll be with you as soon as possible, okay? Hang on. All right. Good morning. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Because inflation made feel of a cold plunge.
Oh, did I put you in the wrong place? I did. All right, hang on. Aw, silly Kelly. Good morning. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. that actually has a stipulation to it. They need 3/4 of the country to actually vote for that before that goes into effect. Well, it certainly, if it were in effect, it would have definitely, all the electoral votes would have gone to Trump.
Right. That's right. That's right. Even California. Ha ha. Wouldn't that be the greatest?
Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. Okay. Oh. Do, 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 do.
Spank. Oh, darn it. Here we go.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. In the studio, we have Maid in the Shade. We have also Major Marc Mager and Deputy Doc. Did I see anyone else there? Is Bo there? Somebody? Anyway, they're roaming around. You'll see them if you're streaming. And if not, download when you get a chance sometime. We love the show behind the show. And we also love our, of course, radio audience as well. Give us a call if you have a problem, question, or complaint. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Now, we have a woman who called yesterday. She said, I had a roof done. The main roof seems to be okay. Well, we don't know that, but she thinks it's okay. But she saw some leaking underneath her patio roof, which is a metal roof. And also she took pictures and videos. It looks terrible. The amount of water coming down is outrageous. I mean, it should never bleed through like that, even without decking. Should never do that. So we asked Henry Bretz to take a look at the vids and the pics, come up with an idea. And so let's bring them both up. Kathy, this is a bad job. You know, now, but this was on April. This was done in April, right?
Correct. April 19th is when they installed it.
That new metal roof section over your patio. And then it started leaking right away, and they can't fix it. And boy, does it look terrible in the pictures. So Henry with Excel Roofing, this is our expert. They're not the ones who did it. Actually, it was done by, I don't have the note here. Who was it?
Let me pull them up really quick. It was done. Sorry, I'm just pulling them up.
Yeah, you don't remember their name?
Done by Reliable Roofing and Restoration.
Okay. Reliable Roofing. Okay. So, how'd you find them, by the way?
They were number 2 on my suggested list from my insurance company. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's crazy. What did your insurance say about that, by the way?
You know, this whole entire process sucks. Like, nobody would really talk to me about anything. My insurance claimer, he just kind of stopped responding. So
No, but hold on. Yeah. That's crazy. Wait a minute. That's crazy because your insurance company recommended him. So what do they say about that?
They didn't say anything. They handed me the check, and then that was it. I felt like, you know, once they gave me the check, they're like, okay, we're done with you. And I kind of had to figure everything out.
If they were on a list, listen, if they're a preferred roofer on a list, your insurance company is going to have some responsibility. What's the name of your insurance company?
Travelers.
That's a good company, too. I can't believe they would have okay. You know what? But that's a separate issue. Let's talk to Henry Bretz with Excel Roofing. Okay. Henry, what did you think of that video?
You know, I think the whole thing is just amazing. The work that was done, and just for all the listeners, it's a detached patio cover. And so it's not super structural, but it's an extension of the roof, and it's another corrugated metal roof. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like it initially started leaking, and then later it got this heavy snowstorm, and it actually collapsed the whole patio covering.
No.
Yes.
Did it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's just incredible.
It collapsed. It just collapsed on the 8th, on Friday.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. So what do they say about it? I mean, really, what do they say about it? Are they saying, well, it's not our fault it collapsed? In other words, how do we go back in time and say it was their fault? Henry?
So as far as the patio collapsing, it's really hard to tell without going out there. It depends how long that this has been up for. If this has been up for a long time and that water has been dripping back into the fascia right there, it could cause some rotting and cause some structural damage. But I guess, how long was this up for? Will you remind me?
I mean, it's been since April, since April 19th when they first installed it, we've had issues, and then they reinstalled it May 16th, and that's when you saw the video where it was like just the water was just streaming down like that crazy, and they haven't been able to fix it since. Because then they started blaming it on us, saying, "Oh, it's due to the structure. We're gonna have to try to."
Yeah, but what about the problems? Hold on. What about the problems before it collapsed?
I've just been waiting on them. They kind of just kept saying, "Oh, we'll have someone come and take a look," and then someone came to look, and then they're like, "Oh, it's due to a structure issue," and then they kept telling me they're gonna have to look for parts, but it's gonna cost me money out of my pocket. And
so
then
hindsight's always 20/20. But
all right, so what do we do about it? They're not. I think they're not going to do anything now, and they have the perfect excuse.
Yep.
They have the perfect excuse.
I haven't told them that, hey, my roof collapsed.
But they're going to know. I mean, obviously it collapsed. They're going to know, and they're not going to do anything about it because of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad. I'm serious. I mean, what's that?
I was just going to say it's really good that she has pictures because otherwise there's not a lot here to stand on.
Oh, you mean it's good because of the picture she took?
Yeah, and especially like something like this where maybe some leakage resulted in a failure like this. It's hard to go back and figure it out because if there was some water damage in there, if it was really draining heavy, it could have caused some structural damage.
But the bottom line,
inevitably causing this.
But bottom line is they're not going to do. Did they already tell you they're not doing anything?
He just, like, the last message I had with him was, "Hey, I can't find the parts," and then just I think maybe a day ago he sent me the final bill, and that was it. So I haven't responded to anything because I'm just at loss. So I'm like, so was I supposed to just accept such a poorly job done and call it a day?
Well, what do you think? What would you do, Henry?
Talking to me, Tom?
Yeah, what would you do?
I'm not sure how much money has been paid to the contractor, but
everything.
I would really
He's been paid in full.
They haven't been paid in full. I haven't given them like the depreciation money.
Okay, so how much are you withholding on that? Now, hold on. Are they broken out, the patio and the house, or is everything on one check?
Is it okay if I just give you the full number? So
yeah,
they gave me a check for $10,000,
Yeah.
and then after that they gave the remaining. The depreciation money was $3,000, and then there's my deductible as well, which is
yeah. So how much total did you get from insurance? Total, how much?
Total, I got $13,000.
Okay, the $13,000. How much have you paid to the roofer so far?
$10,000.
Okay, Henry, can that roof be fixed for $3,000?
So before the collapse, I believe so. Somewhere in that range. Don't quote me on that. There's a lot of stuff that goes into a system like that. But after that collapse, it's going to take, the full.
But that collapses a new insurance. That collapses a new insurance claim.
Mm-hmm.
And you will, by the way, probably be canceled after that. But that's a new insurance claim. It really is a new insurance
claim.
I guess
my question, just really quick, is you have some really bad damage to that main house right there from that porch coming down. Is that currently just open?
Like, what do you mean? Oh, like as of right now?
Yeah.
Yes, it is currently open. It's okay. Once it fell off, then I had to wait for insurance to come and take a look at it.
All right. So
closing that soffit and fascia is really important because that's going to introduce a lot of water into your attic. And we got to make sure that insulation doesn't get waterlogged.
You listen, I would tell them, now you're going to have to defend yourself because they're going to come after you. But if it was my house, I'd say, listen, this roof, even though it collapsed now, I'm not holding you responsible for that. And you can't. But here's what I would do. I would say that $3,000 is for the roof that should have been done to begin with, and it wasn't done. Except really you're not out any money because you're going to do another, you got to decide what you want to do. But you can say, that however much it would have cost to fix the roof, you can withhold from them. If it was me, I would do that. I'm not telling you to do it. So let's say it would take $2,000 to fix it. I would give them $1,000, say I'm withholding $2,000 because before the collapse of this roof, or actually you don't even have to tell them about it. If you say because $2,000 is what it would cost to fix your job, and then put in a claim for the collapse. But man, that's going to be rough. That's going to be. They do have to pay. The snow came and it collapsed your patio, but I believe that's a separate insurance claim. That's how I would handle it. So. I'm sorry, but that's the best. We got an expert to look at it, and I think, Henry, how much to repair it if it was standing?
To redo that section, it'd probably be around $2,000.
Yeah, okay.
$2,000 to $3,000.
All right. Well, 2 to 3. Is it the 3 she owes, or is it 2? Does she make a gesture and say I'm withholding 2? Because I never got the job.
That's just kind of a ballpark, Tom. It's kind of hard to say without really getting out there and dissecting it.
Yeah.
But I would withhold that money from the contractor if I were you. It's something that you can hold on to, and hopefully they'll go out there and take care of it. And if you're not getting good service from them, we are more than happy to go out there and rebuild that roof for you. The patio is a little beyond us.
Tom, I was just looking at Travelers' website, and it says that if you use their repair network.
Travelers?
Yeah. She has Travelers, right? If you use their repair network, then your repairs are backed by a workmanship warranty for up to 5 years. So she might have to.
Yeah,
she might be able to access
Why don't
that
you call
warranty.
Travelers and say, "Look, you recommended them. I used them, and guess what? You owe me."
Yeah, quote their website back.
Yeah.
To
By
them.
the way, Troy, what is your comment on this? Troy called in on this. Go ahead, Troy.
Hey, Tom. I just want to shout out to XL. I had them come out and do a roof for me a little bit over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Not too long after the roof was done, had some leaking around some areas that didn't get caulked quite right.
Yeah.
They came out. They repaired the drywall. They painted, and then just about a month or two ago, started getting leaking in the same spot again.
Yeah.
Not only did it was outside of their 2-year warranty. They came out, fixed up the caulk again, but then they came back in and redid the drywall repair.
Wow. That's good.
These guys are just beyond awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. So, listen, we got to take a break. Henry Bretz, that's excelroofing.com as an excellent EXEL 303-761-6400. Coming up, we're going to have a question on a prenup. Haven't had those in a while. And stay tuned for that. And then I want to tell you about one other thing that I think is very important, and that is Renew Home Innovations and their shower conversions. They're beautiful. And they have 72 months to pay with no interest. They get it done in 2 or 3 days. Stone walls, glass panels, no doors, no thresholds to stumble over. You can get perimeter drains, grab bars, soap dishes, custom made. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. RenewHomeInnovations.com.
Regen Revolution has helped me so much in terms of getting mobile and active again. And now they'll be helping me and you at their new location near Old Town in Arvada. It's an expanded facility, so an even better version of the great care you've come to know from Regen Revolution. The combination of regenerative medicine and more traditional treatment modalities have gotten me back to being able to play sports and exercise in ways I thought I might never do again. Learn more at regenrev.com. That's REGENREV.com.
American Restoration 24/7, a company I hope you never have to call, but please keep that number handy. This is the time of year we get a lot of property catastrophes right through spring. You get fires and floods and broken pipes, frozen pipes. You get asbestos, black mold. You get all kinds of things going on. They're called property catastrophes, even unattended death and stuff. But American Restoration They can come in immediately and stop the deterioration, start the restoration, mitigate the dangerous condition, and start rebuilding the property. They do as little or as much as you want. It's all paid by insurance, but listen, that's if you have the coverage, obviously. But listen, that doesn't mean you can just hire anybody, because once your insurance pays, they don't pay for fixing a bad job. So call the right company first. American Restoration 24/7. That's 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST or amrest247.com. Zero Res Denver is the place to call for the most beautiful carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, mattress cleaning. You need this place because they do it the best. Here's why. No soaps, no chemicals, no emulsifiers. You want to talk about green? You want to talk about environmentally friendly, plus friendly on your lungs? The air quality in your home stays better too. They use less water. They use no chemicals. Your carpets dry faster, stay clean longer with nothing but purified, softened water, the best cleaning agent in all of nature. You will be amazed at how it works. Right now, 3 rooms starting at $109 plus. You get $75 off duct cleaning. Yeah, they do duct work too. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150, 303-471-5150. Get the extreme clean from Fix It 24/7. You know there are not many companies we recommend for these cleans because very few companies get the dirt out. Fix It 24/7 gets the dirt out, the #1 killer of efficiency and longevity of your furnace. They'll come in and spend up to 2 hours or more. And listen to this. They do it for $39 for people who have not had it done because they want to show the extreme difference in their service. That's Fix It 24/7. Here's the website, fixmyhome.com, then click book now. Fixmyhome.com, book now.
Yep.
Okay. Why isn't that guest cam on?
No, if you hit the on, you're on air. Mm-hmm. You mean offline?
Off, I'm sorry. So if you're on offline, can you still push the mic button?
Yeah, but you'll go over the air. So never
right,
do it.
I don't want to do it, but
yeah.
I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I always had to, if I needed to go on the air, I always thought the program button had to be on.
No. Nope.
So it can be on the offline button.
Mm-hmm. Can be on any of those buttons.
So, this is the first thing you do. Mm-hmm. Stop that.
Mm-hmm. It's called stop streaming?
Yep, for sure.
Hi, is this Taylor?
That's
Taylor, hi, this is Kelly. I'm calling from the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show.
Huh?
And you had sent us an email regarding an issue you're having with a radon detector.
And that's on the Comrex.
Okay.
On the computer, stop streaming. That's all you have to do. Then you can close the
open,
computer.
So I'm going to go ahead and place you on hold, and Tom will be with you as soon as possible.
And then turn that off right there.
We'll try to get you some help.
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
This switch here, the camera.
Uh-huh. Okay. Camera controller.
That's on the switcher. Then back here's a switch. And if you didn't do these, it wouldn't matter. As long as you do the stop streaming. And then this one back here, there's a red button back there.
And it's a soft button.
Yeah, no. But it says, it confirms, do you want to shut down? You have to hit yes.
What is that called? The Rode machine?
Rode. It's just the red button in the back, and it says, do you want to shut down? It gives you on the message, and you have to touch screen it.
Yep.
Then here, it's just, boom.
Wait, I didn't see that at all.
Oh, it's just a remote.
Okay, remote.
I mean, if you want, like I said, totally. If I'm going to come back here, but the main one is this, but you may as well shut it all down if you're going.
At khout.com.
And then the main light switch.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's talk to, oh, wait a minute. Henry has a question for me. Let me go to him. Henry, what happened, man? What happened? Your dump truck was damaged?
No, Tom. So I was driving to work this morning on a 285, and there's some of those mines, up in the mountains, and one of these dump trucks dropped like a 3 or 4 inch rock, and it bounced on the road and flew up and came flying through my sunroof.
Oh my God!
So I pulled over, or I paralleled this guy for a while with my hazards on, and I got him to pull over.
They're responsible. Was that load covered?
Yeah. So it did have a tarp on it on the top, one of those rollout tarps, but it sent a rock at my car, and they're denying full responsibility.
Wait. When you pulled him over, what do you mean he's denying it?
He's just saying it's not our fault. We're not responsible.
Why?
And he has a sign on the truck.
It doesn't matter. Okay, what if they put a sign on the truck saying we're not responsible for punching you in the face? I mean, it doesn't matter what sign they have. I mean, come on. Were you tailgating?
That's what I've heard. No, I was just passing him on the left.
Do you have a dash cam?
I do. The whole thing is on dash cam.
Oh, excellent.
Perfect.
Okay, what's the name of the company?
It is IBJ Trucking. I'm pretty sure.
They're gonna lose.
Get a hold of their insurance.
They're gonna lose, man. I mean, get an estimate. Did you call their insurance?
I did, and they told me the insurance, they haven't processed the claim yet, but they did say that any rocks kicked up are not their fault, and so it sounds like that's what
it wasn't kicked up. It came off the truck.
Yes.
And how can they say they're not responsible? Of course they are. In every case I've seen, they're responsible for their load, period.
Henry, in your video, can you see if the rock came out of their payload or was it trapped inside the dualies of their rear wheels?
That would make a difference.
Well, that's where it's a little harder to see, but you can certainly see that the rock bounced. And there's not a lot of big rocks on the road.
How big?
So like I said, probably 3 or 4 inches.
It's like an orange size.
Did it come? It didn't come through. It just hit it, right?
No, it came through it.
You have the rock?
It sounded like a bomb went off.
You have the rock?
In my back seat, yeah.
All right. Well, guess what, man? Take pictures of that sucker. If they were hauling that rock, how are they going to say it came up off the? Man, these guys are all wet. Did their insurance? Did you tell their insurance you have the rock and they were hauling that rock?
No, I haven't mentioned that to the insurance yet.
Well, you should. You should. And you should send them a picture. Be right open with them. Listen, Henry, here's the other thing. The insurance can't process a claim unless the insured puts it in.
Yes.
And if they don't want to cooperate, then they won't. And then you still have to go after them in small claims court. I mean, unless you think it's going to be more than $7,500, what do you think? It could be.
I don't know. I mean,
is it just your sunroof? Did it come just through the sunroof, or did it do more damage?
So it came just through the sunroof, but there's a bunch of components to that. There's the shade and the glass and all the
man,
what's all damaged. So.
Holy crap. That's sad. No, I would say I don't see how they get around it. Did you call the company itself? Did you call the company, not just the driver you talked to? Did you call the company?
I have not called the company.
Call the company, and here's what you tell them. Not only did it come through my roof, I have the stone. I have the stone that came through. I have the rock.
In the video.
Yeah, and the dash video. Now, I'm going to take this to court, or you can just pay it. I just be straight with them. Call us back and let us know. This is wrong. I mean, if they have a load, they're responsible for the load. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. I know everyone listening wouldn't stand for that. Now, Matt's got a question on a prenup. Matt, go ahead, Matt.
Tom, my question is this. I own a property with a friend of mine. We call it Duck Camp up in North Dakota. We each own half of it. It's owned free and clear. And he is getting remarried, and he is not going to get a prenup.
Well, what do you care?
So my question is, my half of it that I own.
How do you guys own it together? Do you have an LLC?
Tenants in common.
Okay.
Tenants in common.
I know. I understand. And you have no agreement
Not
whatsoever.
Through an LLC,
Huh?
Not through an LLC, just privately.
I get it, but here's what I need to know. I need to know something first. The tenants in common, this property, is it paid for?
Yes.
And what is it worth?
About 150.
Okay, go ahead now with your story. Go ahead.
So my question is, when he gets remarried, if he does not get a prenup and then gets divorced, can she come after my half ownership of that, or just his half ownership of that?
Okay, tenants in common, you each own a portion of it. So they can own...
50-50.
What's that?
50-50.
And where does it say that?
I'd have to go back and look. I haven't looked in a while. I'd have to look at it.
Okay, there's no right of survivorship. Each owner can sell their own portion. But I got bad news for you. If it's not spelled out 50-50, she could claim he owed more. He owned more. I mean, I'm not saying they would, but it's not automatically 50-50.
Okay. So then
it's assumed to be 50-50 if it's not written otherwise. But you should at least get it clarified with him first in writing.
Right.
But she can't come after your half. He could sell his half right now if he wanted to. You would have nothing to say about it. In the absence of a partnership agreement, which, by the way, you should have, in the absence of it, he can do whatever he wants with his half. In fact, if there's a tax lien against him, they can come after his half.
So I guess, like, he's been a friend of mine for 35 years.
Oh,
and we
great.
bought this hunting camp up there.
Great.
So my question is, what are the steps that I should do to codify this to make sure that it's clear, such that something should happen, that everything just this.
Here's what you do. Hold on. What you can't do is do a right of survivorship. You can't do that now unless you quit claim it. You guys could quit claim it from the two of you to the two of you and quit claim it as tenants in common to joint tenancy. Then you each would have rights of survivorship. But then she could come after the whole thing if there's ever a problem. So what you may want to do is keep it the way it is and have a partnership agreement saying that he can't sell it or transfer it without your permission, and you can't do it without his permission. Get an attorney to write a partnership agreement. I mean, that's all you can do.
Okay.
I mean, listen, here's the deal. Right now, the way it is, he can sell it to anyone he wants, and you can sell yours to anyone you want. Because you're tenants in common.
Yeah.
You both own and you should spell out what you own. So I would do a partnership agreement saying we each own 50%, and no one can do anything with their 50% without the express approval of the other. And then that still doesn't protect you from his wife. His wife can go after his half, but at least it's his half. And she can't claim he owns 60 or 70%.
Right. All right. Well,
so anyway, how much land is it up there? I'm just curious.
We only own an acre and a half, but we know. I mean, the reason that it's up there is because we have access to probably 15,000 acres of land that we can hunt through the farmers that we know.
Wow. Hey, listen, is he willing to sign that for you?
Yeah, he'd do it.
Good. Get it done. Get it done before he gets married. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
Fabulous.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Our highway drive looking pretty good out here. We aren't dealing with any major issues as far as the highways go around town. Everything's moving pretty smoothly. We're a little heavy if you're trying to leave the tech center. Some bunching in between 225 and Hamden, and that southbound side of I-25 starting to bunch up right around Spear. Off our highways, keep in mind the funeral for fallen police officer Evan Dunn starts at 1 o'clock. They have closed county line both directions in between Lucent and Elati as the funeral procession rolls through there. Denver weather for today, we've got mostly sunny skies, high up to 53, partly cloudy overnight, get down to 31. It's 47 now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Donald Trump wins the White House. Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast, the big question is, what changes will you see right away that will affect your family? I've got the list. I'm going to break it down for you. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, our family-owned and operated business that will give you advice on retirement. Whether you're younger and you want to build a nest egg, keep it safe, keep it growing, turn it into income, or you might be approaching retirement now. They also look at legacy planning for estate and make references to that, long-term care, and other elements of retirement. Because a retirement plan is more than just having money. A retirement plan is a plan for how to make best use of the money and of your retirement. They're happy to talk to you about what they do. Give them a call. rpcenter.com. That's Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. rpcenter.com. 970-663-3211. People you can trust. 970-663-3211. Gravina's on 950 West Evans, the original Gravina's, taken over from their dad who started it in 72. Now, Larry Gravina took it over or started his own company in 88, and his son Nick is now in charge, and they are geniuses when it comes to the right product for you. That's why they have 50 lines of windows. They don't believe in limiting people to one or two lines. They have multiple lines of siding and entry doors as well, and sliders and French doors. This is a company you can trust. They've been with us more than 20 years on the referral list. GravinaWindows.com. That's singular for the website. GravinaWindows.com. That's Gravina's 950 West Evans, 303-472-8462.
Thank you.
All right, I can turn that up during the break.
Okay. Hang on for me, okay? Uh-huh.
Man, that could have killed somebody. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. Happens all the time.
What?
People get killed by rocks getting kicked up.
Did you see that? Jesus. But no, look at this one.
Oh, that's his rock?
No. This is a giant boulder that fell onto a road.
Hello?
Colorado Pass.
Whoa. Remember the one that took out a tour bus, killed like 12 people?
Yes. Oh, shit. That was so sad. That was sad.
Yeah. And another issue with trash service. Nice.
How often have you made the joke about Tom Cotton and Tall Cotton?
Yeah, it's pretty scary stuff.
What?
He is.
Who's making
Tom
noise?
Cotton is tall.
Shut up.
What is he? Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton?
Yes,
Like
Arkansas.
6'4". Oh, we in Tall Cotton now.
who's got a nice set is Megan Kelly's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And it's super simple. She has a screen with this red pattern, red and black pattern behind her. Looks really nice. So does Megan Kelly. She looks like an angel.
Are we all just sitting here? What are we doing?
Yeah, she's good.
Tom, who's that in the blue shirt at the studio?
That's Brendan Killian with Made in the Shade.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Taylor, what's going on with you?
Hey, Tom, I'm just having an issue with a radon mitigation system. And
Now, okay, so it's not a detector, it's a mitigation system.
Yeah, that's correct.
What's going on, man?
So we bought the house, and on our final walkthrough, part of the issue was the radon tested high, so it needed a mitigation system.
When did you buy the house?
And we closed October 30th.
Oh man, this is recent then. So
Yeah, very recent.
you closed on a house, and it's a used home, right?
Yes, it is a used home.
Okay, so October, and then it had already a system, or you insisted on a system?
So part of the inspection, the radon tested high, so the seller agreed to install a mitigation system.
Okay. By the way, in the future, and I want those, I want to put this out there right now. In the future, people listening, if there's ever any things you want done on the home, don't ever have the seller do it. Ever. I'm not saying it won't be done right. I'm saying you get a bid, you make an allowance in the price, and or you simply eat it. But having a homeowner or a seller do it will never guarantee ever the best job. Keep going.
Yeah, I think we're learning that lesson. So they hired their own installer to install the system, and then upon our final walkthrough, we saw where it was placed, and it's placed in just I would say an unacceptable location for us.
What does you mean?
So we it's in a bedroom, which I'm fine with.
What do you mean in a bedroom? What are we talking about? Are you talking about an air handler in the bedroom?
I guess I don't know what kind of system, but it's a radon mitigation system.
Well, let me tell you what a radon mitigation system is. It's an exhaust fan with ducting. That's all it does. It just basically exhausts air.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what's installed in the bedroom of one of our basement rooms.
Oh, okay. Hold on. You didn't mention that. That's exactly where it should be, in the basement. Was there any other place it could have been?
Well, they did do a walkthrough with us after the fact, and it does seem like that's the best room for it to be placed.
Okay, then what's the problem?
So it's placed like kind of outside of it. If it was over 2.5 feet in the closet, it would be a much better spot to
May I ask you why you closed?
I guess, I mean, we just closed on the house.
And you accepted it,
that was
Taylor.
part of our, what was that?
You accepted it.
Yeah.
So what are you calling about now?
Well,
is it not working?
Yeah, Taylor, listen, man. Let me explain something to you, bro. I mean this. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I need to tell you this. You accepted it when you closed. Unless it was misrepresented to you. Now, that doesn't mean where they put it. You could clearly see that. But let's say it's not adequate. Or as Mark asked, does it work? See, that's the different story. It has to be adequate for what they promised. But are you complaining about the placement of it right now?
I am. That's the issue we have with it, is the placement of it.
The problem is that should have been complained about before you closed, right?
Yeah.
How much?
I don't necessarily think so. The sellers were, when they were told that this was the best and only place that it could be placed, and by the radon mitigation system.
Okay.
Even though they protested the placement.
Okay.
So that's kind of the crux of the issue.
But what's the crux of the issue?
Protested it. They protested the placement of.
But they accepted it. They accepted it.
They did ultimately accept and pay for it.
And you accepted it. So here's what I'm asking. Again, I'm not trying to trick you. What are you hoping you can do? Get them to move it?
Yes.
And how much would it be to move? It can't be that crazy.
They quoted us $800 to move it at our last communication.
Well, that's going to be the cheapest $800 you ever spend.
Okay.
I mean, seriously.
I have a suggestion.
Go ahead, Bo.
Taylor, what you might do is go buy a radon test kit and test this new system. And if it's not doing the job, you could go back to the seller.
Oh, I'm sure it's working. Hey, why don't you like it where it is anyhow?
We got to take this break. Hold on. Just hang on, Taylor. Don't hang up. We got more coming right up.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Well, as we get closer to your lunch hour, everything's looking pretty good on the highway drive. If you're thinking about making your way out, no problems. Up and down I-25, we are wide open downtown to the tech center, across downtown, even up through the Thornton and Northglenn area. Heading to or coming in from Boulder, Highway 36 in good shape, pushing good speeds there. C-470 on the south end looking good as well. Keep in mind the funeral for fallen police officer Evan Dunn is set to start at 1 o'clock. County line is closed in front of the church holding the service here in between Lucent and Eladi. Denver weather for today, we're looking at sunny skies and a high up to 53. It is 47 now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHAL.
Donald Trump wins the White House. Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast, the big question is, what changes will you see right away that will affect your family? I've got the list. I'm going to break it down for you. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
888heating.com. Get your deep clean of your furnace for just $45. 888heating.com. Honest, good people, been with us on the referral list for 20 years. And if you're looking at a replacement, did you know if you do a high-efficiency replacement along with a solar system, you actually get to take tax credits on the whole amount, including the heating and air system? By the way, 888 Heating can do high-efficiency stuff that'll save you 30 to 50% a month. 888heating.com. And speaking of solar, RedRocksRS.com or Red Rocks Roof and Solar is a company you can trust. They don't just do the sales, they do the installation and the service And any warranty work. You see, most solar systems people, they just sell you a contract. You never see them again. Red Rocks RS is in it from the beginning to the end, and they keep helping you through the life of that system. RedRocksRS.com. That's RedRocksRS.com. They can help you even with the tax credits and financing. And if you have a commercial system, getting it paid for by the government through a special grant. 303-704-2449. K&H Home Solutions, one of the oldest home improvement companies in Colorado. I love heritage. That's why all of the companies that I represent have heritage. K&H, 65 years strong. I've known all the owners. The latest owner, there's only been 3 of them, is Lee Diamond, and he does a wonderful job keeping up the culture of excellence, energy efficiency, and beauty. They have Alpen windows made right here in Colorado for Colorado, and they're the exclusive dealer for the residential market. You know, you will love these windows. K&H Home Solutions, 303-421-7100, 303-421-7100.
Thank you.
Hit the light switch. It just starts sparking by itself until it lights up. If I pull it apart, there's actually a manual push button, which I don't know why that would be used unless to check the electric part going in.
Yeah, and maybe in case the electric part fails, you lose power in the house. You can start it manually.
Yeah, but it'd be a pain in the ass because you got to pull that whole front glass off to get to it. No, that's not true. It does. That little bottom part raises.
In case, so you have some supplemental heat in case you lose power in your house.
Yeah.
That's a good system.
But that's
redundant.
It pisses me off. I have them out almost every year to clean it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Do they just specialize in fireplace?
Mark, I was having problems with my fireplace. What is it?
Mine is a gas valve.
And what is the problem?
What is the problem with it, Mark? Mark, what is the problem with it?
It needs a gas valve.
Oh, okay.
No big deal. It's just the guy didn't have it on his truck. That's the part that's mind-blowing to me. He's a fireplace repair guy.
That's all they do.
That's all they do.
Well, yeah, but
he
there's
doesn't have the fucking thing on his truck.
Yeah. You know, how old is that gas valve, do you know?
I would assume when the house was built in 01 or 02.
Oh, okay.
Didn't he have some duct tape and zip ties? He could fix it with that, man. Come on.
There's very few things that make those go bad.
Not here.
Good morning. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
She's not saying it yet. I can't understand you. Do you have me on a speakerphone? Good morning, Troubleshooter Show. Did you want to talk to Tom and the gang? All right, don't run off. Hang on.
Antoine? Okay, Antoine, do you have me on a speakerphone?
Here we go.
Yes.
Took a minute. But
Is there a problem with that? I can help you with that.
Okay, that's better. Okay, so your name's Antoine?
Antoine Levy.
Okay, hang on.
Do you know who that is?
No. Antoine what?
It is crazy hot in here.
Anton.
It feels great.
You need help.
Heart radio station.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Taylor, listen, bottom line, real quick, okay? if your system is not working properly, as Bo suggested, that might be something you can fight them about. But I'm going to tell you something. So first, make sure it's working, okay? If it is working, $800 is your cheapest course to move it, because I don't see where you're going to ever fight this. You accepted it.
Okay, fair enough.
So first, find out if it's working. That was a good suggestion, because if you have an agreement, they were going to install a mitigation and they didn't. You got it. Now, Eva has a problem with a trash service. What's the main issue, Eva? And we'll get working on it.
Tom, can you hear me okay?
Yes. What is the main issue so we don't run out of time? What's the main issue?
Okay, the main issue, I got a postcard today from the city saying that I need to register with them for my rental in town. Now, we just had...
Wait a minute. What does this have to do with trash service?
What I just mentioned to her, she mentioned it to you first. The second thing is that they did the same thing with trash. They took over everybody's trash service.
Okay.
And they're charging me for not having trash service in town.
Let me guess, Fort Collins?
Just hold on a second. We'll come right. I know what you're talking about. Hold on. We'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino. Tell me what. So what are you talking?
Tom?
Yeah.
I've got Rob Dawson here from KOA. Can you do a quick hit with him?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you got headphones, mic.
Yes, that's fine. Okay. Can you hear me, Tom?
Yes, sir.
And I can ask away, Shannon?
Yeah, just go ahead.
All right, cool. Hey, so the Wyatt's towing news. What were your initial thoughts when you heard about this morning? This is a company that you seem to know a lot about.
Yeah, well, this morning was the final outcome, but we had heard previously they were in trouble with the state. Now, we were not totally surprised because we get tons of complaints about towing companies, and especially Wyatt's.
Oh, hang on. Let me just switch my feed because I'm hearing the programming.
Is it? You want me to do that again?
No, I think I heard you just fine. Now I can hear you better. Yeah. So what are some, you've talked to people, I would assume, that have had a lot of pain with them, right? I mean, what do you think for those people? They seem to be just so unpopular in this town.
Right. Well, okay. Towing companies in general are unpopular, but to be fair here, many of the complaints were unfounded because people said there wasn't a sign or I had my placard displayed for my apartment house. But then we had others who said, you know what? They towed me and I didn't deserve to be towed at all, or they overcharged me, or they picked up the car, they were going to tow it, they charged me an exorbitant drop fee to let it go. And we've had, the main complaint was this: we were parked legally and we were towed, and then it took us a lot of money to get the car out.
And then what was your relationship? Didn't you have the owner on? Someone was telling me, Marc Mager? Yeah.
We had a guy on who recently took over as a managing partner, and he said he was going to clean it all up. And it seemed like he really tried. Whenever we called him with a problem, he tried to take care of it. But the problem with that is that we had so many problems. Inevitably, when we got a towing complaint, it was Wyatt's.
And then, I don't know what the proper thing is. We're seeing reports that they're shut down. We're seeing reports that they were sold to Elite Towing. I mean, what does this mean? What is this a lesson for companies out there?
Okay, first of all, I'll tell you what. I wish this lesson was common, and that is the state sees a wrongdoing and goes after it. That's not really common. So I think it's a good thing. Now, a lesson to companies is, do the right thing. because the state is watching to a certain extent, and I have to give them credit for that. But here's what I want to say. It's always when you get multiple complaints. If you think you're doing things right and you're getting multiple complaints, there's something wrong, whether you think it is or not. Now, the other thing is this. When it comes to towing in general, people don't like towing companies. But with Wyatt's, they just had too many complaints about the same thing.
Anything else?
No, not really. I will say this. Okay. By the way, I don't believe they were forced to sell. I think the reason they sold is because they think the name has been so tarnished, they have to start over. We have reason to believe there might be the same investors or people involved in both companies, which is not a bad thing. They want a fresh start.
All right, thanks, Tom, for that. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
and
man.
we'll figure out what we want to use.
Okay,
Thanks
man.
so much
Thanks
for doing this during your show.
All right, man. We do have reason to believe probably the same investors.
Yep, you got it, buddy.
I have no idea.
If I have access to it, I'll put it.
Could be.
Today's folder.
Yeah. You may have access.
It is the same.
The extra.
There's no way
I think.
They just wanted to
If I remember the.
So they went through.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yep.
And they got stopped for, that's how they do it. They do that with HVAC. If you want to get out,
You can obfuscate. You can cover up your tracks and get stock in several different entities.
Imagine that.
Kelly, how's the squirrel doing?
All right.
Kelly, are you keeping the squirrel nice and fat?
I guess I can go. Did he leave call screener up for you? Oh. Do you have call screener up? Okay. No. Yes. I'm just gonna go grab some
Am I
water.
not allowed again?
No, you are.
Tom kicked me out.
No.
You didn't push any buttons, but.
No.
Was I signed out? What the fuck? Why did that happen? What the hell just happened? What? Did you ever get signed out of a Google account just for nothing and then have to sign back in?
Yeah, I think it just wants to
every now and then.
Yeah, to make sure that you're still there or something.
All right. Okay, so another hour to go.
And that's one of yours too. It's not
Just in case you're looking. I was looking because I know you said you had a cold. I wasn't sure if you took it.
That's
10 seconds here, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Keyword on our website, bills. That's bills. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life just a little easier. And we're trying to help you with anything on your mind. Brendan is with us from Made in the Shade. I don't know if he got up or not, Mark, or if he's still there, but I do have a text.
He'll be back in a second.
Okay, I have some text for him, so let me know. And meanwhile, Eva says she's got a problem. She got a postcard from the city. What city is this, Eva? Eva, what city is this? Is she still there?
Fort Collins.
Okay, that's right. Now, Deputy D, why did you know it was Fort Collins? What is on?
He stepped out.
Well, you may recall.
I'm sorry, Deputy D. Yeah, go ahead.
You may recall that a few weeks ago we got a similar call from someone in Fort Collins who's being charged for trash services they're not using. So I looked it up at City of Fort Collins website, and they say that if you
it's a penalty.
It's an opt-out fee or something like that. Yep. But yeah, you have to pay them not to use their trash service.
Yeah,
they switched over to the municipality running the trash.
That's right, and therefore, if you don't use it, you have to pay an opting-out fee.
Yeah, they screw you.
But it's totally legal.
Yep, sure is.
Are you there?
Yes, I am. And now I get a postcard saying I need to register my rental properties with the city.
Well, that's a totally separate issue. More and more cities are doing that with landlords.
Hell, Denver makes you get a license.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like the interference. My tenants are having a hard time paying the rent that I used to charge them.
None of this matters, though. I feel for you. I think it sucks, but it
Eva,
doesn't matter.
I agree with you, but
socialistic.
Well, I don't know how you get that socialistic. They just want you to register.
They're taking control.
No, they're actually okay. Look, I'm not going to stick up for the government. I don't like it either, but I'm saying this. They just want you to register. How are they taking control?
If you have to pay to register, then it's like being in an HOA. Then they're going to take control over what color your house is.
No, they're not. Eva, they're not.
Are you kidding?
Eva, did they say in that postcard they're going to control the color of your house and enforce covenants?
Tom, come on.
She's saying it's the beginning. Hey, you know what? She does have a point when it comes to it. Forget about what she's talking about now in the landlord situation, but with the trash, they did. They literally took control of everybody's trash.
They did. But I don't think listen.
That was after the citizens voted against the city taking over the trash, and they did it anyway.
Well, now you can get rid of the city council.
I would like to.
Now, Eva, like I said, I don't like a lot of government control either. But I will say this, okay? I'm not sure
what they're trying to do in Fort Collins. This is pretty amazing. The Housing Strategic Plan identifies rental registration and landlord incentives as two important strategies for meeting the goal that everyone has healthy, stable housing they can afford. City Council implemented annual rental registration and created the rental housing program to open communication between the city, rental property owners, and strengthen landlord and tenant education and outreach.
Okay.
I mean,
so that's exactly what's going to, here's what's going to happen. When they hear from renters They're going to make sure that landlords have minimum standards. Now, Eva, to be fair, I don't think it's going to be the color of your house or the style or anything, but I think it will. Denver does that now. They might tell you, Eva, by the way, Eva, you need to do this, or you need to have a better egress window, or you better have better locks on the door, or you better make sure your heat's working. I'll bet you're right about that.
Well, they're reading everything.
No, I'm serious. I don't blame you for being upset. But let's just ask, okay, what do you think, Mark, about in general landlords having some standards for the rent?
Okay, I'll tell you a couple things.
Go ahead.
It depends if the tenant's paying. That would be the first thing.
Yeah. In other words, it should be both fair for both the tenant and the landlord.
Yeah, it should be. But I mean, yeah, I'm reading everything here. I don't see anything that's crazy that comes out, like what color your house can be. There is some things like every bathroom and toilet room must have an openable window to the exterior. And I'm thinking,
are you serious? Wait. Are you serious? They really are dictating that you have a window that opens in your bathroom?
It says ventilation.
Wow.
Every bathroom and toilet room must have an openable window to the exterior or have an exhaust fan ducted to the exterior.
Oh, so that they care about stink, basically.
Every clothes dryer must be exhausted to the exterior through independent ducts.
Okay.
Dwelling must be arranged to privacy.
You know, Eva, you may not want to be a landlord.
What the hell does this mean? Dwelling units must be arranged to provide privacy from adjoining spaces.
Well, what that means is if you're renting out a place like a duplex, or if you're renting out the basement something, you need to have privacy for each.
Every bedroom must have access to at least one water closet and lavatory without passing through another bedroom. So I guess...
Holy crap.
Spaces used for food preparation.
If it's down the hall, it's okay, Mark.
So you know what they're going to do? Here's what they're going to do. They're going to drive a lot of landlords out of the business, and they're going to make rents more expensive. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Spaces used for food preparation must contain suitable space and equipment to store, prepare, serve food in a sanitary manner. That is about as open-ended as I can imagine.
You know what they're doing? You know what this is for? The students. This is Fort Collins, right?
Yeah.
I'll bet you it's because of the college students renting out.
Toilet rooms and bathrooms must provide privacy. Well, I mean, most of the dorm rooms that I've
you know what
ever
it
been
is,
in,
Mark? I'll bet you that a lot of students they feel are being taken advantage of. What do you think?
I don't know, man. But
anyway, Antoine.
This isn't just for students.
No, I get it. Antoine, it is a good point. Government's getting involved. Listen, the move was let's do everything we can to get involved in people's lives and make them do what we want. Antoine, what's going on with you?
I was spoiling my dream right now, so I'm in the process of right now rent my house. I signed the agreement with the new renters.
And what is your question, Antoine? So you're going to be a landlord, is that right?
Yeah, you guys just spoiled everything. So what's happening is I'm buying a house from a friend that flips and sells houses. So the house that we're getting in, he did a total remodel on it. But when they bought the house, I had a partially finished basement that was recorded to the regional office. But he finished the basement without a permit. So basically right now he's selling me a house cheaper than what it's worth. And my agent is asking him to pull the permit, and he's telling me, well...
Okay, Antoine, let's break this down. Antoine, let's break this down real quick. You're buying this place? Are you there?
Yes, from a friend. Yes.
Okay. And the basement, Antoine, if you want answers, I don't need stories right now. I just want to get to the quick facts, then we'll get to the story. So you're buying a place, the basement has been redone, but it was redone without a permit. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you want? You want him to go back and retroactively pull that permit?
Well, my agent wants to put that in the underwriting that he's going to pull the permit to make sure the house is permitted so we can have it on file before I purchase the house.
Okay. Now, how long ago was the basement refinished?
A year ago.
Did he do any kind of plumbing and electrical down there?
No, it was already partially finished, like the framing, electrical. And all he did was just do the drywall, the carpet, and the bathroom.
That doesn't wait. What did he do in the bathroom?
He placed the sink in.
Some of that does not need a permit. As a homeowner, he would, but some of it, for the drywall and all that stuff, I don't think needed a permit. But I do think it's
even
not.
If it did, why does it even matter?
Because don't you want to? Did you say you wanted to rent it out?
No, I'm buying it to live in, and my current residence I'm renting out.
Okay,
I already got a contract
got
on
it.
it.
I got it.
We were scheduled to move out and move in that house over there by this. Yeah.
Antoine, what Mark is asking, and it goes permits after the fact. Okay, the fact that you have something that's not permitted is not the end of the world, unless it was.
But Tom, what I'm not understanding, it's not him who cares. It's his agent that cares. I would tell my agent, shut up.
Well, Antoine, do you care?
Well, the thing is when we called the regional building, they said that if they have to come on permitted, that in order to do the inspection, they're going to have to cut into the drywall just to make sure that the walls are floating or the electrical,
That's
the
right.
plumbing,
Antoine,
HVAC,
Antoine.
So they're going to have to. Yeah.
That's right. They don't want. That's actually a good inspector. If they want to do that, that's actually what they technically should do. What Mark is saying is, if you had, let's say, a home inspector, or you had someone who could just give it the eyeball, what would you care? You're not going to get in trouble for buying it that way. And if your lender doesn't know and doesn't care, it's not something. It could technically come back to haunt you in the future because you would have to answer. Oh, actually, you wouldn't. If you said, they ask a question, have you done any improvements that required a permit and did not get a permit? But you did not do that. The previous owner did. It's really a technicality more than anything. I'm not saying to buy it without a permit or without inspections, but it's not going to get you in trouble.
Okay.
It's really up to what you want.
My only thing is, right. I mean, we like the house. The whole house has been redone, but he didn't pull the permit in the basement. And, like you said, for the future, you say, and later on in the future, we're going to sell the house or something. That issue is going to come up.
No, it's not going to come up. Okay.
And I want to have an answer for that.
The only way it would come up is if you're the one that did it. Because you're listen, they only ask, has any improvements been done without a permit? They mean did you do any improvements without a permit? Here's the thing, Antoine, your real estate broker is a good person trying to protect you, but it's not absolutely mandatory. Right. Listen, I think permits are a good idea, but many times they're more bureaucracy than anything. But it sounds like these inspectors want to make sure it's being done correctly. I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. Okay, so it's really up to you. Right. If you get a good home inspector and you're satisfied with the job, go ahead and buy the damn thing. I don't see what harm it would do. I've bought things before where things have been done without a permit. I have. Have you, Mark?
Take a break when you get a chance.
My God, yes. Are you kidding me? I've done things without a permit.
Okay, now listen. By the way, Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, he's one that would probably care and want to consult you, but he wouldn't make you do it. And speaking of Frank, by the way, if you're looking to sell your house and you want to know what it will sell for in today's market based on all the elements, he'll give you a free valuation, and there's no obligation. 303-920-1622.
Regen Revolution has helped me so much in terms of getting mobile and active again, and now they'll be helping me and you at their new location near Old Town in Arvada. It's an expanded facility, so an even better version of the great care you've come to know from Regen Revolution. The combination of regenerative medicine and more traditional treatment modalities have gotten me back to being able to play sports and exercise in ways I thought I might never do again. Learn more at regenrev.com. That's REGENREV.com.
Get your insurance information for health insurance from Integra Insurance. It's open enrollment through the end of the year, and you need help getting health insurance because it's so complicated. Integra Insurance sifts through all of the offers to get you the best health insurance for your circumstances. Give them a call and you can trust them. I've been trusting them with my health insurance for years. They even help me with Medicare supplements. They can help you with any kind of health insurance. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. 888heating.com will do the deep clean for $45 of your furnace. They've been with us 20 years on the referral list.com, and they will take care of you. 888heating.com. And if you need a replacement, they have the best prices and values for the same equipment, apples to apples, for high efficiency units. Give them a call, 303-770-2776, 888heating.com. As we move into the holidays, more and more people make stupid mistakes when it comes to drinking and driving or holiday parties or after work, cocktail hours, whatever it is. Please get a designated driver. If by chance you try to calculate and you're wrong or you're in trouble, don't look for an attorney under pressure. Joseph A. Lazara is well-versed in handling these types of offenses. If you need help getting through the system, Joseph A. Lazara, Lazzara. Joe Lazara is there with free consultations and flat rate pricing. 303-429-6200. He's also on the referral list at referrallist.com. No, I'm good. Thanks, you man. Mark, did you see those texts?
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. On a car or home? Okay, what's your name? Mark. All right, hang on
10
for me.
seconds here, Tom.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's on your mind and how can we help you? We have an a life insurance question from Larry. Larry, go ahead. What's going on?
Yeah, hi, Tom.
What's happening?
Mom passed away 10 years ago or so.
Yeah.
She owned a couple of life insurance policies on me and my nephew. And she never put a beneficiary on either one of them. I'm executor of the will, and I called Western Southern Life about this years ago. And they said, oh, all you need to do, you need to run down to the courthouse. You need to get a court order to do this and do that. Of course, I went down there, and I knew they'd laugh at me, but I ran it by them. And they said, oh, we don't give out court orders like candy bars, you know.
Hey, Larry.
Anyway,
Larry, I'm a little confused, Larry. So your mom bought these life insurance policies for you and your brother?
Me and my nephew.
You and your nephew. Let me ask you this then. When she bought them, did she pay in full for the premiums, or were you paying the premiums?
No, that's what I'm getting at. She paid $25 a month premiums on both bills forever, and then she passed away, and I didn't bother to pay the bills because I went round and round with them. And
well, okay, then most likely those policies lapsed.
Well, they keep sending bills in the mail after all these years.
Are they sending bills for retroactive premiums?
No, it just says, hey, you need to pay your bill. You know, you need to be more vigilant in paying your bills.
Okay, now let me get this straight. How long, up to the time she passed away 10 years ago, how long had she been paying?
I don't have a clue.
Well,
at least 10 years.
Okay. If she was paying 10 years at $25 a month, okay, I was trying to figure out if there's a cash value, and there's probably not. In fact, I don't think there's anything there. And I think there's, at most she paid, if she paid 10 years, $25 a month, she paid $3,000. That's barely covers the cost of insurance. Are you sure it was whole life or was it term?
I think it's term.
Well, then you don't have anything. Term insurance is simply insurance when you pay, and when you don't pay, you don't have it. There's no cash value. It's the cheapest form of life insurance. What are you trying to accomplish right now?
I really don't have a clue, but yeah, I did. I figured I was.
Let me ask you what you're trying to accomplish, Larry, basically.
Nothing. I was just going to run it by you. And
okay, but what I mean is this. Were you thinking there might be cash value?
I didn't have a clue.
Do you know what the face amount is of the life insurance?
No.
Do you, when they send a bill, is there a
They
policy?
won't tell me nothing because I'm not. My name's not on the policy. They won't tell me nothing.
But when the bill comes, is it in your mom's name?
Yes.
Well, Larry, really, to be honest with you, at $25 a month, it had to have been some kind of term insurance, which means there's no cash value. There's really nothing there.
Okay, whatever.
How old are you right
Can I
now?
change the subject?
How old are you right now?
65.
Okay. Anyway, what did you want to ask another question?
Yes, sir. Hey, I took my car to the local auto mechanic shop to have my brakes fixed due to a spongy brake pedal.
Yeah.
They put a new master cylinder on it, and it did nothing to fix the problem.
Uh-oh.
So they ordered a brake booster, and it came in. It was the wrong one. They ordered another one. It came in. It was the wrong one. So I took them a used one. They put it on, and it seemed to work fine. But of course, they charged me for both.
Wait. They charged you for a booster they never bought?
Well,
no, he's saying they charged him for the master cylinder and the booster that he brought in to install it, of course.
That's what I mean. Was it just the installation for that spongy pedal? I mean, for that booster?
Correct.
Yeah. I don't like the idea that they replaced your master cylinder and it did not fix it. However, it's going to be impossible to go back and say you didn't need it. You may have needed both.
True. I was just wondering if there's any unwritten rules about putting parts on your car that, oops, we goofed. We didn't need to put that on.
Actually, there's no unwritten rules, but here's the rule, okay? If, in fact, they do something you didn't need, then you shouldn't be charged for it. It's not unwritten. It's been decided plenty of times in court. If you get something you did not need and they sold it to you, you shouldn't have to pay for it. However, you would have to be the one to prove you didn't need it. And the only way to do that is to get the old part and have it tested and say, wait a minute, I never needed this to begin with. So do you have the old part?
Negative. They bought the part and used it as a core.
Oh, okay. How old was the car?
Oh, it's an old 90 model. I'm not trying to get anything out of this. I was just wondering if what
I get it. I think the short answer is they can't just go ahead and put parts on you don't need. You would be able to do something about it. You really would. Now, Mark has an insurance question as well. Mark, go ahead.
Well, hold on. Just going back to that real quick. I'm pretty sure a faulty brake master cylinder can cause issues with the brake booster. For example, if it's leaking into it. So I wouldn't be so sure that it didn't need both.
Okay, that's very good. Very good. Mark, what about you? You have an insurance question?
Yes, sir. You were talking about this subject last week, but I couldn't stay on long enough to listen to the details. How many claims with your insurance company before they drop you? We've had one this year for hail damage on the vehicle, and there's damage to our roof, and all of our neighborhood got hit and got roof replacements this summer.
Okay, so, they're not two separate. If they're from the same event, they're not two separate claims.
Well, it's two separate insurance policies for sure.
Oh, wait. Hold on. They might be two separate. I'm assuming you have the same company. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you had the same insurance company and you had a hail claim on your house and on your car, that's one claim for each. It's not two claims.
Okay.
Now, if you have two claims within a 6-month period or a year, it depends on the company, they probably won't renew you. If you have 3 claims within 2 years, they won't renew you.
Or maybe even more than that. Maybe even in 5 years if you had 2 claims.
You think they would go out 5 years?
I think you're getting really crazy, man.
Yeah, there is no hard and fast rule, by the way. It's whatever they want to do.
Take a break when you get a chance.
I got to take this break. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
We got a great looking drive as we're heading into our lunch hour here. Everything's moving smoothly around town. That includes that trip along I-25 in and out of the tech center and across downtown. Looking pretty good for 225 end-to-end across Aurora. Same with I-70. No problems from Aurora. Clear out to Wheat Ridge, Arvada. No slowing across that stretch. We are accident and stall-free both on and off our highways. County line is closed right now in between Lucent and Elati. That's for the funeral for fallen police officer Evan Dunn. That's set to get underway here shortly. Denver weather for today, we're looking at sunny skies, high up to 53. It's 47 degrees now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Donald Trump wins the White House. Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast, the big question is, what changes will you see right away that will affect your family? I've got the list. I'm going to break it down for you. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
Sheridan Auto Tech for honesty, integrity, and everything you need with autos, including a pre-buy inspection for used cars. Kevin and his team are good, honest people, and they have convenience on Colfax, west of Wadsworth, plenty of parking. They have value. They have education, longevity, everything you want, experience. In fact, you can drive by and they'll give you a quick diagnosis for free. Now, they offer all kinds of help for you on all kinds of issues for your automobile, even when it's under it's a new car under warranty. Now, they won't do the warranty issues if you get them done free at the dealer, but they will do your regular service. That's SheridanAutotech.com, and that's SheridanAutotech.com. Here's that number, 303-455-7242. The Art of Granite will give you a price if you call them right now. And they'll give you a price on any countertop, whether it's granite or not. They do all natural stone, all man-made materials, and tear out and haul away is always free. Countertop materials are wholesale. They love giving quotes on the phone, and they'll stick to them. TheArtOfGranite.com. Get your price right now. 303-386-5919, 386-5919.
10 seconds here, Tom.
Thank you. Auto accident? Find out what your case is worth. Call Fuller.com.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. And I want to thank the many people, dozens and dozens of people who've responded to me with Wave 8 Wealth Management. We reviewed we review your portfolios free of charge and give you a review, let you know what fees you're paying to where. We have found a lot of hidden fees. We found a lot of overhead fees. And if you want a review of your investment portfolio with absolutely no obligation, there's no hard sell here. You will find in most cases you're part of turnkey asset management programs, which means your so-called advisor is just placing your money somewhere else and not really doing much. If you want to save some money and if you want to have someone who puts their money where their mouth is, I have 100% of my money with my company, and we will review you free of charge. That's my pledge to you. For your asset management, your investment portfolio, again, I'm not saying there are a lot of bad people out there, but there are better ways to do it, and that's the reason I started this company. Wave 8, the number 8, capital.com, wave8capital.com, or give us a call. 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. All you have to say is no, you love what you're doing, but at least have someone look at it for you, someone who does not pass it along to someone up the line and becomes your middleman. 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. I take that very, very seriously. Wave8capital.com. Brendan is with us from Made in the Shade. I have a question here on text about battery operated or solar. When someone goes electric, do they have to do a lot of wiring? Are the batteries local to the shades or the solar panels? How does that work, Brendan?
Yeah, so a lot of the products that we sell, the battery is a rechargeable motor, and it's in the tube itself, so you don't see it at all. It's in the headrail tube.
How long do they last?
Oh, depending on how often you use it. Like ours in our house, we haven't charged them in over a year.
Oh, my goodness.
We use them multiple times a day.
Oh, that's great.
And it's like plugging in a cell phone, like for about 4 to 6 hours, and then you're good for another year and a half.
Very cool. So it's like your Bell doorbell.
Yeah, exactly.
Except it lasts longer.
They last a long time.
A lot longer.
I want to add a solar panel. Obviously, it needs to be on the side of the house that gets some decent sun, but that can actually double it. So we have people that didn't even know they had to charge it because it's been over 3 years.
Wow.
With the solar panel. The solar panel keeps it topped off and trickle. Now, like every 3.5 years, you might have to put a full charge on it, and then you're good for another 3 years.
And someone asked this, if they have a home being built, in fact, it's right down the street from me, and they heard me talking about you.
Yeah.
And they want to know, is there something they can do while it's being built that would make it really a breeze for powered shades or shutters?
Absolutely. That's the time to do it. After framing, before drywall.
And what would they do? Would they do is it a DC system? Certainly not. They're not running AC, are they?
It's low volt.
Yeah.
Wiring.
Yes.
So you would just run it to each window that you wanted to motorize. And then you just pigtail it out in the upper left or right corner of the window frame.
And then it goes into a DC transformer.
And they all go back to one. The key is the closer you can get it to your actual house panel.
Yeah.
That you want to home run all those dead ends to that spot. And then just leave it there. And then we get whatever product, whether it's Hunter Douglas or Alta or Norman, whoever, we get the it's like a converter box.
Just say it like a transformer. You guys take care of that?
And, yeah, we do. Yeah, we have an electrician that we work with. So we connect all the window shades to each of the pigtail and get it going. Our electrician will come in and he'll connect that box up and then the box to the actual panel.
Now, speaking of such, the same neighbor said they live, because this is a golf course, and they said that they were considering these hard rolling shutters, and then they heard you talking about there's a soft product that can still protect your window.
Yeah, so we do awnings and outdoor roller shades. And
so an outdoor roller shade, even though it's not hard, it's not one of these, decorative aluminum rollers.
Right.
You can still protect your window?
Well, yeah. So if you had it, say, out on your patio, like on a pergola or something, and you wanted that for it would do two things. It would protect your house from golf balls, but it would also, block out that sun. It's so much.
Yes.
Western facing is so much unusable space. Unfortunately, we get calls all the time because people want to be outside. They face west, and we do have a new one now that is hurricane rated for up to 100 miles an hour.
Holy
winds.
Crap.
So it's a tremendous innovation, and the price point on those is fantastic.
So, by the way, you do awnings?
Yep, motorized and crank awning, exterior awnings, and rolling roller shades for sun and all that.
Okay, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
We got a great looking drive as we're heading into our lunch hour here. Everything's moving smoothly around town. That includes that trip along I-25 in and out of the Tech Center and across downtown. Looking pretty good for 225 end-to-end across Aurora. Same with I-70. No problems from Aurora. Clear out to Wheat Ridge, Arvada. No slowing across that stretch. We are accident and stall-free both on and off our highways. County line is closed right now in between Lucent and Elati. That's for the funeral for fallen police officer Evan Dunn. That's set to get underway here shortly. Denver weather for today. We're looking at sunny skies, high up to 53. It's 47 degrees now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Can manufacturing be brought back to the U.S.? This week on Red Pilled America, we create our very own Made in America baseball cap. And through the process, let our cap tell the story of American manufacturing. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show.
Hey, if you're interested in investing in real estate, Vestera Turnkey might be of interest to you. They're putting together investments where they help you become a landlord in a hot property in a hot area around the country based on their research. Now, esteemed real estate broker Barry Miller did the research. He recommends what to buy, when to sell, and meanwhile has management companies that can help you with the rental part of it, where you don't even have to take a phone call. If you want to find out more about this program where people are doubling their money in 2 years and some of them are making 30 to 50% returns a year, you want to contact them to be part of this webinar December 7th. You can just sit and listen to everything and ask your questions. And that is mybiggestreturn.com, mybiggestreturn.com. Discount Bath wants to be your bath company and show you that you can do a bath without breaking the bank. Whether it's a beautiful master bath or a Jack and Jill bath for some bedrooms, a hallway bath, you might have an area roughed in a basement you want to have finished out in a bathroom. They can do it all. And they even do shower conversions. Why don't you go to their website, fill out some information. They send you a link, you send them video, and then they will price it out for you. Now, the shower conversions are $9,888 for most, $9,888 all in. Now, if you want to do a bathroom, they'll give you that price. DiscountBath.com. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney that will give you a price for your injury based on his vast experience. In other words, what is that case worth? Or what should it be worth? And what should you do next? Always call John for information before you trample on your own rights or wait too long. Callfuller.com is the website. A lot of information there. Or you can actually call Fuller.com at 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500.
Man,
What's that? Now, what I'm going to do is put this up here that's going to stand here. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the butt. I gotta discontinue this so you don't have to be bothered by it. I'm going to take care of all of this so you don't have to worry about anything. I'm going to turn this off. Hold on. Okay, so hold on. Let me see, how do I turn that off? Advanced scene switcher.
Yeah, it's a big drive-through one.
General.
That's where my
scene
office
switcher.
too. Yeah, so.
Okay. Advanced scene switcher is off. Then I'm going to put this scene on where you're a little corner.
Kids hired people to run the damn thing.
Yeah, that was
See,
problem.
where is he?
Probably
There we are. So that'll.
Labor was.
You know, you're going to sit here. So you're going to be in that little corner. They'll be up here. And then all you have to do is leave that running. You don't have to do anything else.
And if they didn't show up, would you probably have to stop what you're doing?
And this is all perfect.
That's what I did in my business. I'm always running down there at night, people not showing up.
Oh, it's crazy, especially the DU one because they were open till 3 a.m. at that store.
What my kid went to, where's the DU one? Is it still there?
So it's right you got all that down. I don't have to keep telling you.
Oh, okay.
At Evans and University.
You got that Insomnia cookies there?
Yeah, it's next door to Insomnia Cookies.
I can't believe they're
It's
open
on the
until
end.
3 a.m. Wow.
Every campus store in the country has to be open 1 hour past bar closing.
What is that?
Jimmy John.
At
He
the
used to
DU
own Jimmy
campus.
John's.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
He owns 7 of them, Doc.
How can they? I don't know. How can they make money delivering a $9 sandwich?
You didn't make it on a
Ton.
delivery.
I guys would. I mean, it was just volume, sheer volume.
Really?
My Broadway store, I would run at least 13 delivery drivers for lunch.
Really?
At the same time, and they would take 5 and 6 orders at a time each. We just crushed it. So we would. The minimum was 1 sandwich. That's how Jimmy built the whole thing, the delivery system.
Do you
Before Uber Eats and all that, no one could touch us with delivery. We
Mm.
couldn't even cook a pizza before I could get a whole meal.
Oh
to your
yeah,
house.
I mean, because a sandwich takes
Yeah.
much less time than pizza does.
Yeah, that's why.
No
they're all
electricity
cold.
either.
Right.
Yeah,
To cook it.
yeah. They're coming out with hot sandwiches in the spring. I hear. I still have a bunch of friends that are owners.
The best thing they had for a while was that that salami with mozzarella cheese sandwich.
Is that the Vito?
What?
Are you talking
Vito.
about the Frenchie?
No, not the Frenchie. It was like Italian with mozzarella cheese in it.
Yeah. Well, it's provolone. But
Provolone, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
they
no,
still
no,
have
no.
those.
No, it was mozzarella. It had like 3 slices of mozzarella cheese on it. It was only
10
there for a
seconds,
short
Tom.
period of time.
Miller, Red Steez on X and host of the Versus Media podcast, joins me to talk about that and other Trump appointments for his second term. Tune in at 2 on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so let's continue here. Brendan, on something we talked about on the shades, let me see, I got to find that text. Doggone it. Oh, on the exterior awnings you talked about, they want to know if, do you have the automatic wind sensors that retract it in wind?
Yes. Yeah, you can put those on the awnings and the roller shades. So,
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not home, you forget to leave them down, and it starts windy like it does here. It'll raise them or retract them to protect your product.
And then you mentioned that you can put a shade or these rollers, these exterior shades that will protect from, a flying golf ball or something on the deck or something, or on the patio that protects the windows. But what if you had a window, and can you offset them in front of the window to give them a little airspace, like in a box or something, to if you wanted to protect those big picture windows on a golf course?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you have a structure above to mount the headrail to.
Yeah, so if you wanted to pull it out like 3 or 4 inches and have it hanging in front of the window, that would protect it, wouldn't it?
It would protect it. I mean, to be honest, they're not meant for window protection.
Okay.
They're meant to be like
a block.
You can enjoy your patio and you want to raise the solar screen so you can still see through it, but you're not getting hit in the face by the sun.
Okay, that's very interesting. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Made in the Shade, by the way, their website is denvershades.co. 720-458-6566. So on another topic, people want to know about, let me just grab this text again. Where the heck is it? Okay. So on the, here it is. Somebody said, did I hear about, doggone it, I can't find it. Here it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. So did I hear about this giant boulder that dropped down on the road in the mountains? What happens if it would kill someone? Obviously, the state has some laws that limit their liability, but we may answer that with John Fuller if you can get him on, Mark. Let's talk about the limit of liability when the state has something like that happen. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Okay, I missed that. Limits of liability on what?
Okay, here's what it is. Somebody wants to know that when a boulder falls down, if it kills someone. Now, this happened years ago, and I don't really recall, but somebody said that if a boulder comes down like it did recently in the mountains, and it hits a car and hurts somebody, is the state liable? Or is that just they want to know if the state is liable or who you could sue about that?
Thank you, Thomas.
Okay, thank you. And I'm out of here. I'll be over to get the check.
I think he's going to bring John Fuller up regarding this boulder.
You got this knocked, right? You want me to bring your cup up?
What are we doing?
He's going to bring John Fuller up about a boulder. I don't know if it actually happens if a boulder falls down and kills somebody. What's the limit of liability?
You mean for the municipality or
Well, whoever, that's what he's, is there any liability?
How the hell did that question come up?
Fuck, I don't know. Well, I don't know how.
If a tree falls in the woods and hits me, Thomas.
He is gone.
God, what's his boulder thing? I can see it now. John Fuller, Fuller Law. If a boulder falls on you, what happens? Goodness gracious. What are you still doing there? Dimitri.
Yeah. Hey, Mark.
What are you still doing there?
Well, I'm going to sit here and shut everything down when the show's over in an hour. But I'm not touching any buttons.
Brendan, I got to ask you, why did you sell them all? Were they just a pain in the ass?
I was over it.
He was over it?
Too much work. They couldn't get anyone to show up for interviews.
That's a fucking
Really? Yes. How many?
Well, I missed it. What happened?
He was talking about he owned 7 Jimmy John franchises.
Oh, I remember that. We talked about that on the air one time.
It was painful.
It must be hard getting people to work in the
That's
stores.
90% of the business.
Because they're all
That's
low
all
income.
the headache was the employees.
So if
They're the low wage earners, right?
What's that?
They're low wage earners. So
Oh yeah, you hear
They're
all the
kids.
trigger words. You need livable wages, and just it was ridiculous.
If you had
They're all
decent,
underpaid and overworked.
if you had people that showed up, you would probably keep them, huh?
Did you sell them all?
Literally never fired it. I almost never fired anyone.
Did you sell them all at once?
No, I sold 5 and then sold the last 2 years ago.
What was the best one, dollar-wise?
My first one, the one right there at Santa Fe and like Bellevue by the Home Depot there. That
Okay.
was the #1 store in the state.
Wow.
I've gone to the one on
Yeah, I went to one yesterday.
Yosemite.
Hey, Dimitri.
I'm here, Mark.
Go do me a favor. Go find his private restroom upstairs, the one he doesn't let you use.
And leave some
take
fingerprints on the mirror or
Take a
something.
big old dump in it, man.
Like leave a skid mark in the toilet.
Do it. I got a Starbucks gift card with your name on it.
Deal.
No, I never lost a single one because
For firing?
yeah.
You know, I think that lady sold that Toyota, by the way. I'm not sure. I'm going to follow up later.
Good. I'm glad it worked out for her. It was. She was getting tickets for it being parked in the street for a year.
I know. She just, I mean, they had nothing planned out. I mean, really, she was just lost, man.
That's what
Still
she
is.
sounded like. Yeah.
No.
It was.
on it.
Unfortunately, the car was just way worn out and never taken care of.
Yeah, it was beat to hell, you said.
Not beat, just super neglected.
Got it.
Main crux is if a boulder.
She really is asking about the boulder.
Oh yeah,
landslide or something.
Remember that boulder hit a tour bus?
What was he asking? So if Fuller does come on, I know what the hell he was talking about.
That's what they're going to ask.
Anybody?
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, he was wondering what liability the state has when a boulder falls down and kills somebody. Well, I think he was talking about the state, because who else would be responsible? I mean, what if it's come from private property? So maybe the landowner would be responsible for that.
This wasn't an actual call, though, was it?
I think it was precipitated by a call, but I wasn't here. I didn't hear the actual call. I'm really not sure how that started.
Yeah, after, yeah.
Now, what about ordering? Did you have to order from specific suppliers?
So everything except for produce.
Can you put up my first block, please?
From your local produce vendors, because it's fried. We didn't bag anything. Nothing came in bag. Like we hand sliced tomatoes every single morning, shredded lettuce, onion. Everything was handmade every morning. So you'd have to get in there.
Did you make your own salami?
5:36 in the morning. No, those came from. So everything else, like paper goods and those meats, came from Cisco.
Got it.
However, they were all Jimmy's recipes. That salami is 100% his recipe. So is the capicola, the roast beef, the turkey.
Is he still cooking?
Ham. Nope, he sold out to Inspire Brands, and he's doing a bunch of other stuff though. But he did very incredibly well for himself. Yeah.
So the Cisco
Utility tracker. Nope. He had his own in the Midwest. He had his own.
How do you get the meats out here?
Shipped them.
Oh, he did.
Yep.
Like frozen or?
Nope, never frozen.
Really?
Refrigerated. Yeah.
I mean, the
sealed, and they would come in hunks, and then you'll see people on the slice.
Mark, I think I should also leave a couple of yellow drips on the toilet seat up there too.
My kid's favorite place to go to.
And the bread.
Yeah. And you made the bread there, cooked it
all day, every day, all day. If we after it comes out of the oven, after 4 hours, it's day old. You can't make a sandwich on it.
Really? Did you guys throw out a lot of bread?
Well, you can sell it. No, because we were very good at judging.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Troubleshooter Show.
Very. So the goal was to you'd want to end up with between 10 and
yes. This is 630 KHOW.
Well, that's really calling the ball.
Yeah, and so then you would wrap that and put those in the freezer, and the next morning the opening manager would
he comes on at 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
put them up on top of the table, and you'll see them for day-old bread. Sell them
Yes.
for 50 cents a loaf. So we would usually sell out those too, because people bought it for garlic bread or whatever. We always sold those too, so you really almost had no waste. We ran a Jimmy was very good.
That's weird.
Very good at efficiencies.
So when you sold them, did you take over a business?
It is
or did you
303
start this, window business?
I took this
770
over. The guy who was selling it and moved to Canada.
5551.
So, and he was.
So
10 seconds, guys.
$1,000.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We got a lot going on today in the Troubleshooter Show. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. Check it out over $300 million cash, merchandise, exchanges, and refunds directly due to this show. And I mean that. If you've been ripped off, you got a bad contractor, you want to tell us about it, maybe we can recoup some of that money. The phone number's easy. You can call right now, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. That number works, of course, all the time, on and off the air, but I don't care if it's a bad dentist, a bad doctor. We've got attorneys that can step in and help. Maybe you had a bad cab driver that ripped you off. You know, Suzanne and I, by the way, one time in Mexico had a cab driver take our credit card. His little slider in his car wasn't working, so he walked about 30 feet over when we got to the Cancun airport and apparently ran the $30 we owed him. By the time we landed back in Denver, 4 or 5 hours later, there was over $4,000 on that credit card. And, of course, we got all the money back. But any issues you have, my point is we are here to help. I've got Deputy Doc to my right. We've got Deputy Bo. We've got Kelly. We've got Dragon. We've got Deputy Dimitri, who is sitting at Tom's place. You look pretty relaxed there, man.
Thanks, man. It's nice to sit in the captain's chair for a few minutes.
You're sitting in the big chair over there at the home studio. Anyhow, 303-713-8255. Now, someone's got to help me out. We've got John Fuller up. The last 10 or 15 minutes of the last hour, I had to run and take a phone call. So I have no idea what we're talking about with this boulder. So can someone please help me with this before I go to John and
Somebody called up and just asked if you're driving along the highway and a boulder falls, hits the car and kills somebody, who, if anybody, is responsible?
You know, going up, Doc, you go up and play poker in Cripple Creek, or not Cripple Creek, Blackhawk.
In Blackhawk.
It was probably in 2000, I'm guessing 12, 13, 14-ish. A couple was driving up. I don't know what kind of car it has. A boulder literally came down, crushed him. It might have been her. Crushed the passenger. Crushed him dead instantly. The driver got up and walked away. Imagine losing your spouse in about 10 seconds. Another one that happened up there, a boulder fell and hit one of those Blackhawk buses or some kind of bus and killed some people. Wow. What a strange thing. So, John Fuller, first of all, John, how are you doing, man?
Marvelous. How are you guys?
We're doing pretty good. You know, you think we've called you on every call in the world. I don't have anything to say about this besides, you know, what happens if a boulder falls on you?
Hey, John?
Hey, Doc, what's going on?
I turned 80 today. Does that mean you're going to take it easy on me from now on?
He is. He's 80, and he's still got hair.
Not a chance, Doc. How many dents do you have on your new car?
Hey, not even a scratch.
Oh, you're lying. Oh, my God, he's lying. I literally watched him go up and over a curb at Topgolf.
There's no scratch on it.
It's a dent. I can point it out to you in the parking lot.
All right, show me.
Oh, my. I can't believe he just said that, John. I literally watched him pull up to Topgolf, and he goes right over the curb.
We need to have a live remote in the Clear Channel parking lot.
Or it was like when Tom actually scraped his new vehicle's rim, and he was so shocked to find out the rim was $2,000. I mean, he was fit to be tied. But anyhow, John, seriously, what does happen? I mean, I assume if it's even if it's private property, I mean, what would it matter unless if someone literally like was exploded some dynamite and created it to happen? But if it's just nature, natural erosion, and the boulder falls, I mean, there's no one to blame. Isn't that God?
Well, you know, it's a little bit more complicated than that, Mark. Here's the basic deal. When you think about going up towards, you know, the mountains to go gamble, or, you know, through Glenwood or something crazy like that, there's almost none of those hillsides that haven't been manicured in some way by the highway department. They've either done rock slide mitigation, or they had to cut out the hill to put in the actual interstate and stuff. And so basically the way it works is, under the governmental immunity laws, if something just happens, a rock just happens to dislodge because of rain or, you know, whatever natural event, then no, there's not going to be any liability that flows from that. However, if that rock dislodges because the highway department did something negligently that caused it to do that, there may be liability. And so what you're talking about is an incredibly difficult task of unraveling the precise cause of a big boulder getting dislodged and coming down and crushing somebody. It would be an extraordinarily difficult case, and it would almost have to have, the benefit of some, just coincidentally a highway camera or something monitoring it that showed the progression that was caused by, erroneous mitigation efforts or something like
John,
that.
let's say it was. Let's say there was a house up there, and it came from someone's property. So now it's not immunity. What then? Same thing.
I still think it comes down to causation, Mark. If the homeowner did something that caused that rock to dislodge, I think you've got a good argument to be made that was negligence and that their insurance company should pay. But if, on the other hand, it was just a natural occurrence, then of course there's no negligence, and you're not going to be able to tap the homeowner. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that a bolt of lightning came down, hit a tree, and the tree fell down and dislodged a rock.
Yeah.
Who are we going to go after on
Nobody.
that case? You can't go after anybody. It's an act of God, and it was unforeseeable in every sense of the word, and so there's not going to be liability that flows from that. But if the homeowner was like Doc, driving his lawnmower and backed into the same boulder a couple times, and it dislodged and rolled down the hill, I think you could absolutely make.
You would have to, and like you said, it would be so hard to prove that. That just made me think of something else, though. Let's say you're driving your car, and someone else driving gets hit by a bolt of lightning and ends up crashing into you and creating not just damage to your car, but to your health and everything else. Are you saying there could be a possibility, because that was an act of God, their insurance company wouldn't be liable in that circumstance?
That's definitely a possibility, Mark. For years and years, we used to have a concept of a sudden emergency, and the idea behind it was if somebody had a medical emergency or something like that. But that emergency, sorry, there's a siren going by.
I hear it.
That emergency doctrine largely got taken away from us because the courts did some crazy stuff and actually held that the sudden emergency doctrine applied to somebody losing control on an icy road, and the court said no, that's too far. You can't blame the inattention of a driver for the creation of the sudden emergency, and largely that went away. However, you still come back to causation. If there was a medical emergency that was completely unforeseeable, that's not negligence.
Yeah,
and so
I get it.
You'd be hard-pressed to get that insurance company to pay for that. However, the bolt of lightning, I think under almost any circumstance, is not going to be a negligent act.
So how would what you just said and the conversation you and I had, I think yesterday or the day before, about one of my relatives in Georgia, but I want to tie this all together on this negligence. So if someone, and I know this, if someone has a sudden stroke and hits you and causes damage, and it wasn't foreseen. In other words, it's not like they were supposed to be on medication. No one knew it was going to happen. It was just a fluke, and next thing you know, their insurance company doesn't want to pay you anything. We on the same page so far?
Yep.
If I had uninsured or underinsured coverage of my own, the same argument would be made, or no?
That's a tough question, Mark. I believe in that circumstance, we could probably get a UM carrier to pay that claim.
Got it.
Okay? I think we probably could. It may involve a battle, but I think we could make the argument that the insured was not at fault. And so by definition, the terms of the uninsured motorist
kick in,
meaning that there's coverage for when you were not at fault. That probably would be a covered peril, but boy, it'd be a close one.
Oh, wow.
Really would.
That's kind of crazy thinking in those terms. For people listening, my wife's sister, her daughter got into an accident, and it was it's not that it was funny. The car was totaled, and there was some damages, so I asked John, even though it was in Georgia, just some basic stuff on the coverage. But luckily, she's only 20 years old. Can you imagine, John? Most 20-year-olds, they buy the cheapest damn insurance ever. She actually thought enough to have uninsured, which in this case, because the driver that hit her had zero insurance whatsoever, she's going to get her car paid for on the comprehensive, and she's going to get her medical bills and some time off work and whatever other damages she has. But how many 20-year-olds buy that coverage, right?
Yeah. Mark, there's 2 times when you really, really, really need to get the advice of a professional. One is when you're buying insurance, so you know exactly what you're getting and what you need to get and what you don't need to get. And number 2 is when something happens like an accident. Even though you may think you've got it figured out and it may be relatively simple, it never hurts to talk to a professional like myself that can help dissect the facts and the coverage and everything else to find out exactly what your rights are. I can't tell you how many accidents that we've had come in the door where somebody thought they were only looking at a $25,000 policy, and all of that was eaten up by medical bills or something. And as it turns out, there were 2 or 3 other policies that we could bring into play. And after subrogation and med pay, and you apply everything, and it turns out that there was a significant sum of money that the driver was entitled to that he had no idea about
that was there.
Front. So,
yeah, and see, the only thing I would say about my sister-in-law there, well, it's not her, it's her kid. Here's where they screwed up, in my opinion. Then I got to let you go and get to break before Dragon throws something at me. But the accident happened, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Her boyfriend, they both got shuffled off in an ambulance. I mean, it was pretty bad. Vehicle totaled, airbags, a whole bit. So he went to the hospital. She went to the hospital. He saw an attorney within a couple days, probably was making the phone calls immediately. She waited 2 or 3 weeks when she kind of reached out through her mother to me going, what should I do? My head hurt at that time and everything, but I felt like I was getting better over that next week, but now I still have some aches and pains. It doesn't look good when you wait 2 or 3 weeks, does it?
No, it really doesn't, Mark. There's no penalty for getting a hold of the insurance companies early, but there sure may be a penalty for getting a hold of them too late.
Yeah.
So give us a call right away. If there's nothing to it, it hasn't cost you anything but a phone call.
Yep.
But if there's something to it, we could save you a whole lot of money and a lot of time and grief along the way.
Yeah, so listen, everybody, that's John Fuller, a good friend of mine. He's actually represented myself in a car accident, got his policy limits from the bad driver, and then same with my daughter, policy limits. The guy's great. He'll answer all your questions, but if you've been in an accident, if you've been in one recently, I mean, you have questions about it. Maybe you're wishing, geez, I'm dealing with the insurance company. I feel like it's getting over my head. It probably is. Give John a call. You'll talk to John, 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. I got to take a break. Everybody hang tight. 303-713-8255. 303 Martino. I want to hear from you.
Hi.
What happens if a boulder falls on you? Well, you're fucked. You're fucked. Let's just go right there.
Unless it's Doc's boulder from his house.
Do you remember when that tour bus got smashed by a boulder near Winter Park and killed about a dozen people?
What are you doing, man? What are you doing over there with all these? Yeah.
Oh, just
writing down all the money you're making?
No, yeah.
You're taking a college course?
I've got to turn this phone in, so I'm...
All right, I got to tell you about Integra Insurance, the people at Integra. It's health insurance. It's made simple. It's made smart. I've been using John and Day and John Jr. now for 5, 10, actually probably over 10 years. These guys are great. Each year we talk about different options open to me and my family, but right now it's open enrollment, and if you're looking at different Medicare plans, you need to give these guys a call. I don't care what you had last year. They might be able to get you more benefits. They might be able to get you into a different policy, better for you. You can talk about different things all together with these guys. What I like about them is they, first of all, you don't pay them anything. They are 100% looking to get you into the best product for you. It doesn't matter if it's Medicare. It doesn't matter if it's just during open enrollment on the exchange. These guys will talk to you. How many kids do you have? How much money? They'll get you all the tax credits you deserve. They're absolutely the best out there. They can explain everything. In fact, they can explain everything about the Colorado Health Exchange benefits. You know, there's tax credits, there's cost sharing, there's all kinds of things. They can also sell policies that are outside of the exchange. They're Medicare specialists. Please give these guys a call. I love these guys. I promise you, you will not do wrong by these guys. Don't call those, 800 numbers that take care of everybody across the country and basically just sell whatever they make the most on. You want someone that cares about you and your health. You ready? 303-466-5500. Call John right now, 303-466-5500. Now let's talk about a company that, my goodness, they were just in our house less than 2 months ago. That's Art of Granite. They have done our not our living room, they've done our kitchen, our laundry room, our bathroom downstairs, our bathroom upstairs, beautiful granite in all those places. This time, we went with quartz, and it is absolutely beautiful. We redid the entire master bedroom. Suzanne is so happy with it. We have used Art of Granite so many times. You can actually get, unlike any other contractor out there that I know of, he'll give you an estimate over the phone. You can go to theartofgranite.com right now. Go there now, theartofgranite.com. Call him up. You're going to have to send a few pictures, and he'll tell you how much beautiful brand new cabinets and countertops and whatever you want is going to cost. Maybe you can get it done by Thanksgiving. Probably doubtful, but definitely by Christmas. Theartofgranite.com. Now, let's talk about Vestera. Man, you ever thought, man, I wish I could make some money in real estate, but I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't want to be a landlord. I simply want to invest and have something done for me. Well, you found it. These guys at VesteraTurnkey.com are unbelievable. They find properties that are undervalued across the entire country. In fact, generally never in Colorado because we're so overpriced. They find properties in these little pockets across the country, and they're experts at it, that are underpriced. They go in there, they rehab them if they're needed, but then they rent them out, and you participate in all the profits. You're going to love it. Some people have doubled their money on it. You need to call up for all the details, but they're absolutely great guys. Call them right now, 303-888-3788. Please, if you've ever wanted to be in residential property, you need to give them a call. They do it all for you. They put money in your pocket. 303-888-3788. Damn, you've lost some weight, brother. Fuck, you're taking...
I was going to drop that off.
I think his weight went right to me.
Yeah, he's losing weight. Thank you for this, man.
No, I got it.
You want to sit here, Tom? I'll go make calls.
No, I'm not saying. I got to go pick up something. So do you know what that turned out to be? So a roofer dropped something on my daughter's windshield.
Yeah.
And it dented the dented the pillar.
Jesus, that's
and then
scary.
it hit the dash. The dash had to be replaced. $16,000.
Wow. No shit.
The roofer had to pay. I have to pick it up, but they're reimbursing me
Wow.
$16,000.
What dropped
I
on it?
paid $22 for the
I
car.
was saying they didn't total.
Oh my! Should have totaled it.
Well, Mark, here's the deal, though.
Yeah, new one's 30.
16.
A
Exactly.
new one's 30.
Yeah.
You're right.
Nice
Plus,
hair,
that shouldn't
Tom.
be that bad. It's not like when Holly ran over
Happy
mine.
birthday, by
Hey,
the way.
thanks.
Happy birthday. Yeah,
I appreciate
the. I got hair.
I appreciate the double
You
salary.
need a trim.
Nice to see you.
Bye. Good to see you, Tom.
Mark, what fell on the daughter's roof?
They were, you know how, have you ever seen them load shingles onto a roof?
Is that the little conveyor belt?
They can use a conveyor belt or a big forklift or a crane that takes the whole pallet and puts it on there. The whole damn pallet fell on the car. Or a bundle, which is...
Was it at Tom's house?
I don't know if it was at Tom's
I don't
house
think so.
or at his
told me about
ex-wife's house.
Oh, at Holly's
Oh, Bonnie Bray? Is that what he
Maybe.
said?
Yeah,
So
I
it was
think
at
maybe.
Stephanie's house.
16 grand.
Oh, body work's so expensive.
What kind of car is it, Mark?
Say that again.
What kind of car is it?
I know his son has a Tesla. I think she has a Hyundai.
She has a Elantra.
Elantra.
Nice car. My daughter's first car was a nice little Elantra, actually.
16 grand.
Car was probably 22.
Yeah, you think they would have totaled it.
Well, no, that's the problem. He's right, though. If they did total it, a new one.
And you'd have to go buy a new one, and it'd be probably 30. Huh?
They are
I
30.
thought they didn't even give you the option, though, like the insurance company.
Well, I don't know because of this whole roofing thing. I don't think the
Right.
insurance is involved. He's going to pay for it, then the roofer's going to pay him back.
Oh, gotcha.
So the roofer might go through their insurance.
I'm sure that's what'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, but it had nothing to do with
Right. And it's
auto.
It's not auto insurance. It's just liability insurance.
I see. Yeah. The umbrella coverage, yeah.
Retirement.
Really screwed up.
60.
Huh.
Ten seconds, buddy.
Trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. 630 KHOW.
You know, it's a little weird coming out of basically political season and moving forward. I'll tell you, a couple weeks before the election, geez Louise, the entire country was just going absolutely insane. Present company included in that for sure. Deputy Doc, it's your birthday, man. 80 years old, right?
I don't look a day over 79.
You don't look a day over 79. He's pretty sharp, though. 80 years old. Doc is sharp. He plays poker all the time. Do you find that keeps you sharp, Doc?
Absolutely.
Golf and poker.
Absolutely. And also this and my AARP stuff.
Golf, poker, and beer pong, I think, is his three games he plays. What are you doing to celebrate your birthday today, Doc?
Going out with my son and my daughter-in-law and my cousin for dinner. And
Where are you going?
There's this really neat place we found, Calore. It's a Italian restaurant on Yale and
You
Broadway.
love Italian, don't you?
That's a
it's
good place.
Yeah, really nice place. The guy's from New York. It's sort of New York-style Italian food.
So it's Southern, like
Yeah.
chicken parm.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. My
What
son.
will you order? I'm curious.
I have no idea yet.
Well, what do you generally order at a decent
It
Italian,
depends
Southern
on what
Italian?
kind of lasagna they have or what kind
Okay.
of spaghetti dishes. But my son is so bummed out that about the election that
He's a liberal?
Oh man!
So you guys are like that.
When it comes to politics, we are.
My father and myself are probably even further apart.
I don't know.
Does he think the whole country's never going to vote again and Trump's going to? I mean, he really believes that.
He even ghosted me on a couple things I texted him in the past 2 days.
Oh wow!
And he wouldn't even answer it.
He gets him. Wow! What are you going to do at dinner? You're going to wear? I'll bring you a Trump shirt.
I don't know what we're going to do with dinner. We haven't spoken since the election.
What do you guys? Is he coming over for Trump's giving?
We're all going to Florida supposedly for Thanksgiving.
Hey, Bo, do you have anybody in your life that's different in politics? I'm assuming that you're on the same
I'm
side.
on the same wavelength with you guys, except my three girls.
So they're totally on
They're
a different.
young. They're young
How
and
old?
dumb.
Over 20, under
19,
20.
20, and 23.
So they bought into all the Kool-Aid.
Yes.
They were drinking the Kool-Aid.
One's going to see you Boulder and getting properly brainwashed.
Oh, yeah, very, very true. Up until Vance and Trump dismantle this higher education indoctrination crap.
Do they believe that Trump is going to try to get an amendment to ban abortions?
He already said he already said if something came, he would veto it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No.
You're not going to get 34 states and 2/3 of
Do
the
they really
legislature
think
to
the
do it.
world's going to change, though? I mean,
The world is going to change. It already has.
Well,
Yeah,
I agree with that, but I mean, all of the things the Democrats said were going to happen, like we'll never have an election.
Yeah.
This is going to be our last
He's
election.
He's going to be our dictator.
Yeah. Do they really believe that?
I
though?
don't think they do. They just like to go against what their dad believes because they're rebels.
That's There's some
You
truth
know.
to that.
I think at his kid's age, yes. My son's 38. I don't think.
Well, why is he so liberal? What has the government done for him?
Well,
what did the Biden administration do for him?
He believes that Trump's immigration policy is really mean
It's
and
mean.
racist.
Yes. Everybody should be. So he really thinks everybody should be able to come here.
He thinks we should have more liberal immigration laws. He is afraid. He's pro-choice.
Yeah.
So he's against that.
Well, yeah, but most Republicans, listen, there's a religious side to it that is definitely against abortion, but that doesn't blanket all Republicans by any means. I'm a Republican, and I honestly don't care. I'm not a woman. I would never tell a woman she can't decide what she wants to do. I could just, I honest to God, could care less about it. It doesn't affect my life.
I know.
Now, if it was my wife and something like that was going on, I might go, hey, I want to have this kid or whatever, but still, it's not my body. That's not my deal.
And I'm very pro-choice, but as pro-choice as I am.
Well, what's weird about that is you were a baby doctor. If everybody had an abortion, you wouldn't have had a job.
You'd be out of business, though.
You'd be out of biz,
well,
Jack.
except if I did the abortions, I'd be making a lot of money.
Did you ever do abortions?
I think that's something we need to discuss at a different time.
Oh, okay.
But the point is, even as pro-choice as I am, I felt that it's a states' rights issue.
Well, it is a states' rights.
Right,
that's a whole different thing, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That you can be pro-choice and feel that it's not in the Constitution, that it should be up to the states
All right,
to decide.
I got to take this break. I'm curious what Dragon has to say about this. 303-713-8255.
Trimester terminations.
Oh, okay.
Only up to 12 weeks.
Really?
Was that pretty normal?
Yeah, that was a personal choice. So I had this woman come in, and we always did. I did ultrasounds, and if the ultrasound was 12 weeks in one day, I wouldn't do it because then if something happened, and they said, "Well, if your policy is 12 weeks, why did you do it in 12 weeks in one day? You should have not done the procedure." So this woman comes in. We always did an ultrasound to verify how far along she was. She was 18 weeks. So I said to her, for 18 weeks, our policy is 12 weeks. We can't do it, but there's a guy up in Warren Hernan Boulder that will do it in 18 weeks. She runs out of the exam room, and pushes my receptionist out of the way, grabs money out of the drawer.
Hey, do you mind doing phones in the second
So
hour?
my receptionist goes after her, tackles her.
Tackles her.
So I come out there and hold her down till the police come.
All right, hold on, guys.
You're copied on it.
I'll tell you the punchline. It's great.
Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Brooks, the owner. I need to tell you something. If you're looking for a solar system for a commercial project, maybe something that's built out in a field that creates energy you can sell. Maybe you have a quadplex and you want to create your own electricity and actually charge your tenants and make some money off the electricity. But if it's a commercial project, this woman can find the money, and I am not kidding. She's got a nose to sniff out the grants, and the grants can either be federal or state. She has the nose to sniff out all the tax credits. We've had so many listeners with commercial properties get the entire system done. You ready for this? 100% covered. I just said it. A free system. 100% covered. Now, if you already have a solar system at your house or you're looking for one for a residential property, she's got the best prices out there. What I love is they do everything. They do their own sales, their own installations, their own service. 35 years of combined experience, locally owned and operated. You get it all. And if you have a current system and it breaks, they can come out and fix that. They can add a generator to it. They can add a battery backup. They can do a complete off-grid system for you if you have a remote cabin. These are the experts. But that commercial part is so important. Think about that. If you have a commercial property, I want you to call her right now. There's no obligation. She'll talk about grants. She'll talk about tax credits and talk about what she can do for you. Red Rocks RS, as in roofandsolar.com. RedRocksRS.com. RedRocksRS.com. As we get older, you have to put together a retirement plan. You need a group of people that can understand everything about retirement. Everything. The people over at Retirement Planning Centers of the Rockies can do it. In fact, I love these guys. Tom Martino's used them personally, but you can go and get a free consultation. You know, they have a family approach to it. They talk the safety of different investments. They talk about the income, the growth. They're also going to talk about when you actually do decide to pull that trigger to retire, they're going to talk about different health benefits. They're going to talk about different strategies when you retire if you own a small business and maybe you want to pass that on to someone in your family. But that's exactly what these guys do. They help you go from your working self to your retired self, make sure that cash flows where you need it, and maybe you don't know where it needs to be. They can help you figure out and crunch the numbers, and all of that's for free. They're great people. Give them a call. Actually, I'll give you the website. It's easy to remember, rpcenter.com. RP, as in retirement planning, center.com. rpcenter.com.
Okay, so listen.
Right? Yes. So the cops come. The first thing she yells is, "He tried to kill my baby. That's why I ran out of his office."
Who said that?
The woman that.
Oh my.
Oh, this is all a big
So
joke.
we showed the cops the consent form that she signed and the ultrasounds, and they arrested her for larceny, for stealing the money.
Have you been to Calori before?
Yeah, that's why.
I think I'm going to start running spots for Integra
I
on
love
Ross's
that place.
show.
They got the best calamari in
Oh,
the
do they?
city.
All right, we'll
Better
try
than-
that.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to email that right
It's
now.
got better than Maggiano's and Venice.
If he wants to run
Chris is the owner.
Integrity
I
over
said, hi,
here,
I'm a frequent
I can
guy.
run
What do you
Integra
know?
over
So
there.
you know from-
Chris.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He helped me find my sister-in-law's
So, Mark?
diamond.
Yeah, I'm on.
You want an interesting little statistic?
Sure.
Since we were talking about the abortion issue and the Dobbs decision.
Yeah.
It opened like
More abortions happened in 2023, which was after the Dobbs decision, than any
I'll go
other
with you.
year
I'll come
since
down and
2012.
We definitely
Wow,
will.
that's wild.
So more abortions happened since they returned the rights to the states.
Why do they? What's the attributing factor? They don't even get into it.
The study doesn't even get into it, but my guess would be, oh, the fear of this going away, let me go get one. Best guess. But I just find that a very interesting stat that they're going to take our abortions away. Well, ever since the Dobbs decision where it's returned to the states, more abortions have happened.
That's insane.
In 2021, there was roughly around 625,000 abortions. In 2023, there were over 1 million. So almost double. Almost double.
This month and December, how
Tell
much
your
recorded
daughter-in-law to
spots?
order a cosmopolitan drink. Doc, he makes good Cosmos.
Let's think. 20 per week between 5A and 10P.
Hello?
Thanks. Mark.
Yeah. I'm good.
Just
How are
slam
you?
a bunch of spots at the end there, Mark.
Well, I'm sick of it. It's nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. I do the same thing, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Integra because Ross, I'm hearing his recorded for Integrities over here, and we talk about Integra Health Insurance.
Yeah.
They're talking in. I'm just going to, good for the goose, good for the gander. I'm sure they get each other business. No matter what, I'm sure
10
they
seconds,
get each
buddy.
other business.
Take on why Polis and Weiser aren't pushing for a true special counsel to investigate Griswold and that office, and how that's going to come back to haunt Colorado Democrats. Join me at 4.
You know, Tom always makes fun of me when it comes to some gifts I get for Suzanne. Now, trust me, I have bought a lot of jewelry in my life, a lot of nice vacations, a lot of stuff she absolutely loves. But Suzanne also loves having her house up to date. Her getting that master bathroom redone probably meant more than a trip to Hawaii any day, you know? And when she got, okay, people laugh out there, ladies, think what you want, but my wife loves nice pots and pans.
As long as it doesn't have a plug, Mark, it's appropriate.
So she loves nice pots and pans. And honestly, I forget the brand. I think they're called Made In or something like that. Yeah, but they're like, you know, it's $1,000 for these things. And she loves them. Tom always makes fun. Oh, you got her this. Well, I'm going to tell everybody out there something. Now, this does not go for Suzanne. This goes for everybody else. Made in the Shades in Studio. They have got something going on right now, 25% off, and it's a real 25% off. And the reason I brought this up, not only is he in studio, but I have Dragon on the other side of the glass. And Dragon recently did all the research you're going to need. We talk about these guys all the time, but Dragon actually used his company, what, Dragon, 4 or 5 months, 6 months?
Maybe almost a year ago.
Has it been that long?
And we made a mistake. We only got like 4 windows.
Yep.
And then my wife saw them done, and she's like, we need more.
And then you got
more.
more.
Then we got more.
So, but you called all the places, right? The ones we hear advertised nationally.
Where you measure yourself and you know all that. They were
higher,
more expensive than Made in the Shade that did all the work for me.
How is that even possible, Brendan? Honest to God, how can you do it less? We all hear it. One of them's called, like, I want to say Monsters Inc. or something, whatever it's called. and basically you measure, you go to their website, you enter in the measurements, they ship you the product, then you have to put it in yourself. Years and years ago when we moved in 2001 to Castle Rock, brand new house, I did that, and it was an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Some of which was probably my fault. Bad measurements, not exact measurements, and they just didn't fit. But honestly, how do you sell all the window coverings you do cheaper, and you actually do the free consultation at the house, you do all the measurement, you do all the installation? How is that even possible? How is it?
Well, we have really good contracts with the vendors, and they compete with one another for our business because we rep pretty much every major vendor out there. And the free consultation comes down to we close a very high percentage of our quotes because of our installation is included, and if the measurement's off, we measure with a laser down to a 1/16 of an inch.
So it's perfect.
Yeah, and if it's off, that's on us. If there's a remake, you call me and we get it remade.
You just get it done.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all the products you have. You know, just the blinds. You've got, of course, faux. You got actual real wood. You got anything you can imagine. You got stuff that actually is remote controlled. You got beautiful shutters. And then you've got like basic shades all the way to like roller shades, cellular shades, sheer shadings. And then what the heck is a grill? What is a decorative grill?
Oh, those are incredible.
What the hell is?
That's
are those
made by
over windows?
Yeah, you can, and you can put a solar screen behind it. It's made from a company called Tableau. We have them in our house, and they're either artwork. I've seen them on tray ceilings before.
God, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, there's thousands of designs, or you can actually draw your own design and they will make it.
I'm trying to explain. How would you explain what it is? It's like a piece of artwork that goes over a window, but yet you can still black out the window?
Yeah, so you would attach a solar screen behind it, either a 1%, 5%, any color.
It's
behind
wild
it,
looking.
and it cuts down. And it's pretty neat when the sun does come through there. It makes like the shadows on your wall become like the artwork too. It's pretty neat.
It becomes the artwork. That's
I've
crazy.
seen them used as headboards before and just on walls
or room dividers.
Yep.
The outdoor shade stuff are absolutely unbelievable, man. Like we got a hot tub, and I've got one of those manual. I got to crank it down when the sun's in that right spot.
Yeah.
So, but I could get that and just hit a button.
Yep, just motorized.
Just
a
motorized
You could do
one.
it from your phone on an app. You can say, "Hey Alexa, lower my shade." You could be in Europe and forgot to close all your shades and just touch it on your phone. As long as you have Wi-Fi signal to your phone.
So really, regardless, if I have a fix and flip, I just want to get some shades on, or a rental property, I had someone move out and they destroyed the old blinds. You can do the cheap old mini blinds.
Yeah, the forward blinds in
and
there.
You're still going to save people money compared to maybe
100%.
even going to Home Depot.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Did you hear what
Especially
he just said,
when it's
guys?
installation and we cover any mistakes at all.
Yeah, you cover
They
everything.
happen, but
And I
we get
gotta
'em-
tell you, there was about an eighth of an inch.
Did he do yours?
Yeah,
He did yours too, Doc?
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
He did my whole house.
Wow.
Which was
When you bought the new condo.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
And then there was where the two pieces came together in the corner. There was starting to get like an eighth of an inch or maybe a quarter of an inch at the most in 2 or 3 places. They replaced the whole thing.
So
No
that's what you
question.
do. If it doesn't fit perfectly,
Yeah.
you just get them cut.
Yeah, or if there's a defect at all, we'll
Coming
have
from
it
the
remade
manufacturer.
and come and swap it out.
Is that generally where the issue comes from? Is they didn't cut it properly?
No, these they were put in, but then because of the weather, they were just coming apart a little bit.
Okay.
No questions asked. They came out.
Just
they
replaced
They
them.
replaced them.
You can't beat
It was
that.
great.
What, on mistakes that are made for measuring, though, is it generally on your side or your people's side, or is it the company cutting it?
Maybe half.
Half and half.
But
But it
would
doesn't
say it's
matter to
usually
you.
on
You
our-
get it
It's
handled.
usually on our end. To be honest, they rarely make mistakes.
Okay.
But when they do, we do so much business with them. They don't question. They just replace it
They just
immediately,
replace it.
and we come and swap it out.
Now, tell me about the 25% real quick, because a lot of people say, we all know this, 25% off today. So if Dragon waited for today or Doc waited for today, would they legitimately be getting an additional 25%?
Well, they did get a % off. I
Okay.
gave them also,
Friends and family.
prices have also gone up. So
course.
it would,
But it's a real 25%.
Yep.
So this week it's 25% off for
It's
this
still,
month.
We're going to run it through the holidays, honestly.
Okay.
But I will stress, don't call me right before Christmas saying we're having family over, we want new shades. It's too late.
What
Do
is
it
time
now.
frame?
2 to 3 weeks.
So if they call now, you can handle Christmas, but Thanksgiving's done.
It depends on what they want. It's probably done.
It's probably done.
But yeah, absolutely, Christmas is in play. No question about
Guys,
it.
give these people a call. Where I was backing up to is new window coverings for your house. It makes your house look brand new. It's just gorgeous. And your wife loved it, didn't they? Didn't she?
She wanted more.
She more shades. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. John, I promise I'll get to you in 1 second. Hold on.
Dragon, that's not what.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
You know to fire it off.
I didn't put that on the air. What I just said to Dragon.
What'd you say? I didn't.
I said that's not what she meant when she wanted more.
Oh, I don't know if that went over. No, it didn't.
No. It was only on the YouTube.
Yeah. That's Billy Idol. With the rebel yell, she wants more. My wife absolutely hates Billy Idol.
Really?
Oh,
my wife.
Well, I got to tell you, those made-in pots and pans are amazing. Some of them are even better than the all-clads.
If I don't get back to those calls, make sure we get the numbers. I had to get some time in on him.
Oh, you didn't know I used them for my place, Mark?
I guess now that you say it, I
Yeah.
did, but I forgot.
Yeah, they did a great job.
That's good.
Yeah, they got your temporary blinds or something for a while, didn't they?
Yeah, they put like paper shades on the window. You know, it's a brand new house.
That was for your fucking neighbors, not
so
you.
when you walk
Right, for
around
my
in the
neighbors.
news,
They wouldn't have to look
nobody's
at me
freaking out.
walking around naked.
Yeah,
Ah,
that'd be
old man balls.
scary. daughter-in-law drink, Doc?
Oh, I'm sure that my son has stated he will not have a child while Trump is president. He is so upset by
God,
this.
really?
He's really.
Now you need to come out. I'm gonna come down and see you at 7.
He
Order you guys a Cosmo.
What was I going to say? He really goes. I asked him a question. We're playing poker on Tuesday, and one of my buddies had a question, something about IT stuff that Eric knows, and I sent him a text, and he just wouldn't answer my text.
Really?
Then I called him, and he wouldn't answer my phone call.
God, my kids aren't that bad.
No, that's nuts. My dad was that bad. He threatened not to come out for Thanksgiving.
I wonder what's going to happen because my wife.
I mean, like, for a real deal.
Yeah, my ex-wife and my friend Chuck,
Right.
that we're going to see in Florida. They're both really. My ex-wife is really, really right-wing, crazy, and Chuck is like me. He's sensible, but he's more right. More towards the right wing than the left. So Eric may not come down. I'm sure that's what he's going to tell me.
Down to Florida?
He won't come down to Florida because it'll be 4 of us against
4 against 1?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that'd be a good lesson for him.
But I really think that he may not. He may just cancel the trip.
Well, he really feels that strongly about it.
Which is fine with me because then I get to stay in their house. They only have one.
Yeah.
They have one spare bedroom.
Uh-huh.
So they're giving it to Eric and Erin, and they got me in They belong to a golf club, which is a couple of blocks away, and the golf club has a clubhouse that has like apartments that you can rent.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay at the golf club, which is fine with me.
Right.
So I looked into shipping my clubs down there. They wanted $75 to ship the clubs.
It's not bad. The clubs are heavy.
But I can take them for free on Southwest.
I blame Doc.
You check them, obviously, right?
Yeah, but I just check them and it doesn't cost me anything.
Do you have to put them in a special box? So they don't
Yeah, everybody has. I have a golf carrier. All right, everybody, you guys have a great.
In the winter.
Tell your daughter-in-law to order a Cosmopolitan
Yeah,
at Calori.
Okay.
He's got the best calamari and the best Cosmopolitan.
The calamari.
You did for me. Tell Chris I said hi.
I will.
I don't get down.
Later, Doc. Happy birthday, brother.
We're not going to have any time for this call.
We got 2 minutes.
I'm going to see Dan McKenzie.
More time than Tom would
so I
have.
won't be in.
Take care, guys.
Get his number.
See what he can do for me on a trust.
Who?
Dan, I'm going to see your Dan McKenzie tomorrow.
Oh, are you?
John,
Let me know what he
just in
says.
case
I'll be curious.
I will. In fact, I might do the show because
I got to have mine kind of finished up.
My appointment with him is at 2, so I could come in tomorrow if you don't have. Do you have guests in here tomorrow, Mark?
I don't even know if I'm going to be airing her tomorrow.
I don't need to be.
Honestly, I don't.
Maybe I will come in.
I'll ask Suzanne when I get home.
The boss.
Since your phone is going to die? Okay. I will call you back at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Got it.
10 seconds, buddy.
Stephen L. Miller, Red Steez on X and host of the Versus Media podcast, joins me to talk about that and other Trump appointments for his second term. Tune in at 2 on 630 KHOW.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Don't forget, 303 Martino works on and off the air. Listen, we're going to be picking this back up tomorrow, kicking butt and doing everything we need to do. I want to thank our guest, Brendan Killian, with Made in the Shade Inn. By the way, their website is mitsds.com, or you can call them up. They'll come out to your house, do all their measurements. How long does that usually take, Brendan?
Very fast. Honestly, the length of time depends on the homeowner's decisiveness because we are very fast with measuring and showing samples.
Do you help? Honestly, a lot of people, it's easy to say, hey, you need a blind that's this big, but how about if someone's like, hey, do I get green, purple, white?
Yeah, we
what do I
absolutely
get?
walk them through that. Yep. Show
So
them all
even the
products.
different kinds.
Yep, different products, different companies, different brands, price points, everything.
What are those shades that like come over a deck? My neighbor used to have one. He'd hit a button, and it wouldn't go up and down. It would go out vertically. and basically cover like the patio grill and the table.
That's an automated awning.
Do you guys do those?
Yes.
So you do pretty much any kind of covering.
Yep.
Even if a window's not involved.
Right.
That's
exactly.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, check these guys
Absolutely.
out. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. Don't forget 303 Martino. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. We want to hear from you. You can call that number 24/7. 303 Martino. You can email us at any time. We'll get back to you. We love recouping money. We love helping people. Help, H-E-L-P, at troubleshooter.com. We'll see you in the AM.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.